Yeah, and you got that right there.
I know you're busy, but we have no sun, right? The thing is, Andrew, is when I'm up there and I'm looking at the screen, the only screen I can look at, it looks bright, it looks great. But then when I watch it at home, I'm like, why is it dark? You know? So, what do you think about that? Listen, I'm honestly sitting and watching it, I think to myself,
Welcome back to the Stober Group Kickoff Show. I'm Ryan Waters. Bill Long will jump in here in just a few moments as we get set for the 7-0 Okanagan Sun taking on the 6-1 West Shore Rebels in a battle for first place here in the BC Conference. A Sun victory, and they clinch home field advantage throughout the postseason. If the Rebels win by more than 4 points, they will leapfrog the Sun, and they will take over the top spot in BC. So clearly plenty on the line tonight here at the Apple Bowl. And as you can imagine, when you look at the standings, you look at the statistics, these are the top two offenses and the top two defenses in the conference. But both defenses will have to play a lot better than they did in their first meeting back on August the 9th as they gave up a combined 82 points. As far as the offenses go, the Sun like to use the run game, mix in a little passing, and all the Rebels do, all they do is throw the ball with their talented quarterback, Gavin Session, and we will talk about him all night long because he has been the best quarterback in the BC Conference this season. Before the game, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Okanagan Sun head coach Travis Miller, and with all that is riding on this game, how was the week of practice?
I think the week was pretty well. We had a lot of intensity this week. Obviously, the first place matchup. It's one of those scenarios where, as a group, you want to make sure that you're executing at a high level. And from the very beginning of the week on Monday, we had that intensity and that effort.
How do you get the players to buy in? This is just a game. It's just the next game rather than this first place showdown and whatever's on the line.
I think this game is easier to get the buy-in from the players than some of the other games, and I think there's a history between our two programs, and we see each other, and we've seen each other in 3 straight Cullen Cups, and I think the way things are going, it looks like it might be 4, depending on what happens with the rest of the league. So for our guys, it's not so much a matter of getting them up or getting them motivated. Everybody is motivated. Everybody is excited for this game, and we've had it marked on our calendar since the game ended in Langford.
I'm glad you brought that up. You had 39 points in that game, the highest total against this defense. What did you see in that game or not see in that game that you have now seen from your defense going forward?
I think from our standpoint, it's not so much about what we saw back then, it's the way we're operating now. And one of the things that we're really good at doing is adapting to what we're seeing in front of us, whether it's offensively or defensively. And that's been the difference between our two teams our 2 games is that from the first game, we didn't adapt very well to the second half. And then after that game, we made that the point of emphasis.
They seem to like to throw the ball. There's no secret there. They have a great quarterback, a couple of really good receivers. You know that they're going to throw. Does it make it easier to prepare?
I don't think anybody can prepare for a passing attack like they have. They're a phenomenal passing team and have some great players. So it's just for us, it's a matter of matching that intensity and that level and making sure that we take everything that we can away and minimize the big plays and kind of see where the chips lie at the end of the game.
Everybody wants to get in the end zone, score touchdowns. Liam Atwood, however, closing in on a CJFL all-time record. Do you maybe look for opportunities for him to kick, even though it's a big game?
No, I think I've coached him now for 4 years, and I've kind of maintained the same feeling the entire time. So I'm not going to change it because he's chasing a record. What I will say is that given every opportunity that we've given him over the last few years, he's capitalized, and it's been an amazing thing to watch.
What's the key early for your team?
Just to minimize big plays, make sure that we're maximizing our efficiency, and then see kind of how things lay.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
That is the head coach of the Okanagan Sun, Travis Miller, joining us for a couple of moments. As you can see, if you're watching the game, the West Shore Rebels have taken the field. The Sun will be in the field momentarily. Talking about Liam Atwood, he's the field goal kicker. He set a new BC Conference all-time made career record last week with a 51-yard field goal in Prince George. Gives him 71 in his career. 73 is the CJFL record held by Brian Demug from the Calgary Colts, who kicked for the Colts from 1985 to 1988. Liam has an opportunity to tie, maybe take the lead here this evening. We're going to take our final commercial break before opening kickoff. The Sun and the Rebels live from the Apple Bowl. It is coming up.
Just before we get to our national anthem this evening, on behalf of the Okanagan Sun Football Club, we would like to wish a very special happy birthday tonight to Okanagan Sun defending tonight, and in charge of tonight's ball game, your referee is Keith Edmiston, the line umpire Charles Wade. The lead judge is Mark Elsie. Some judges Ross Thompson. That judge is Vanderbilt. And the judge is Mark Hill.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl as we get set for this first place showdown. It's the Okanagan Sun 7-0 taking on the West Shore Rebels at 6-1. You can see the captains if you're watching the TV broadcast, the live stream. They're at midfield talking with the referees, and I'd like to bring in my broadcast partner, Bill Long, for this evening. Bill, this should be a dandy of a game. We weren't at the game in West Shore where the Sun came back, scored 31 points in the second half, but boy, just looking at the box score and the final score, this should be a pretty good game.
Well, that last game that we did the broadcast for, I think I commented at the time, I've never seen two teams more determined to try and lose a football game than those two.
Yeah.
There were so many turnovers and big penalties, the 15-yard penalties at inopportune times, and both teams were guilty of all of that. And when it came down to it in the fourth quarter, West Shore just collapsed, and the Sun came back and took advantage of every single opportunity they got, and they left that game with a real positive feeling. But there's that one was as bizarre a game as I've seen.
Both teams, 17 penalties against. So the Sun, 17 penalties, 194 yards. The Rebels, 17 penalties, 140 yards. You can't have that.
Some teams would be happy to have that as offense.
That's true. That's when you look across the BC Conference and the CJFL, Bill, you're right on the money with that. So we're getting ready for this one. It's a first place showdown, as we mentioned, the Sun and the Rebels. And the teams will take the field. The special teams, it looks like the Rebels will kick it away. So the Sun will have the ball first. And Kadua and Falconer will go back deep. For the team in brown jerseys, brown pants, the orange helmets, the orange numbers, which are very difficult to see as the sun goes down. The Rebels going from right to left. They are in their road red pants with their white jerseys, red numbers, and their red helmets. So we are getting set to get underway as the ball is teed up at the 45, and we're underway in this BC Conference first place showdown. It'll be Falconer from his own 12. He has it at the 20, now the 25, the 30, has some room, gets to the 40, and he'll be knocked down at about the 41-yard line. So good field position as the Sun offense comes out on the field. BC Conference.
Always nice to start the game with a good return. It was not a real deep kick.
12. He has it at the 20, now the 25, the 30.
Good battalion of returners back there. Any one of them can break it loose, and Falconer has really come on in the last few games as a kick returner.
Liam Kroger will be the starting quarterback for the Okanagan Sun. 20 of 29 for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception against West Shore. Back on August the 9th, he's thrown for 1,800 yards, 1,827 to be exact, and 13 touchdowns this season. And they give the ball to Garen Hardesty, who will go right up the middle. He gets a gain of 3. Hardesty, of course, the former Rebel. And he does have a major impact to play here for the Sun if they want to have success. They've been living on this run game, have they not?
They have. The Okanagan Sun is diversified in their passing game. They are not diversified in their running game. That was Hardesty just inside the left tackle. Broke one tackle, got 4-yard gain out of it. We'll see if they have the patience to keep him inside for a little bit.
837 yards now for Hardesty this season with that short gain. They fake it to him, pass to the wide receiver. That would be Troy Thomas, who makes the reception. Vincent Chewy Thomas makes the reception, but he's tackled short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and maybe 1, maybe 2.
Well, Troy ran a quick stop pattern. It was like a hitch pattern. Kroger hit him way over on the right side. It was a long throw, and that allowed McPherson, the defensive back, to come up and make a play on it because there was nobody around Troy, but that was a great tackle by McPherson. Yeah. There was nobody around him. If he doesn't make that tackle, it's a first down.
So 3rd, and they're going to call it 1, and the Sun are going to go for it. Marcus Christo has come into the ball game as the backup quarterback. Christo will put his head down and try to fall forward. Got maybe 1.5 yards, should have enough for a first down, as there was some scrambling there, but it looks like the Sun actually picked up the first down.
Well, everybody in the league knows this formation. Christos comes as a quarterback. It's like a wildcat. They put 3 guys in the back with him. He's got 3 lead blockers. They went to the right. The West Shore had the entire their left and the Sun right stacked, and Christos cut to his left because there's a big opening, and he tripped over some gremlin there and almost didn't make it.
So they'll put the ball at the Sun 52-yard line. Shotgun. Kroger go to the rear again. Short pass, has his man, gets into Rebel territory, and he'll be awfully close to first down. That is Halliburton. Josiah Halliburton with his first reception. He had 3 against West Shore back in August.
Well, Halliburton has been a pretty solid receiver all year. Just a little hitch pattern at 5 or 6 yards on the right side. Kroger just gunned it into him, and that's an example of get the ball to a receiver, have him break a tackle, and get a first down. He's
They got
very
9.5.
close.
9.5. 9.5. So second in inches for Kroger is back in the backfield with Hardesty. They'll give it to Guerin. He'll go right up the middle, has the first down as he runs right into the teeth of that Rebel defense. And he'll be, that's a pretty nice gain as he gets to the 40-yard line.
That's a really big gain. Inside the right guard, right tackle gap. The Sun offensive line probably had the West Shore defensive line on their heels right from the snap and pushed him back. Hardesty was 6-7 yards down the field before anybody touched him.
Ball at the Rebel 40-yard line from the right hash. Kroger in a shotgun. He's got Falconer in motion right now. They fake it to Hardesty. They'll wing it out to Falconer, who has it go off his hand and incomplete. And that is the first incompletion for Liam here tonight.
That's the play they've run a few times in the games that I've been able to see. Falconer will come across the formation in motion and then head out to the left in the flats. And Kroger has to try to hit him quickly, but he keeps putting the ball behind him. He's got to put it out in front of him so that Falconer can run onto it and turn up the field.
Big play here, 2nd and 10. Kroger in a shotgun. Hardesty behind him. They have 4 receivers to the left side. He's looking that way. There's a short pass. It's caught at the 35, hit immediately. Good coverage by West Shore. It's Halliburton who makes the reception. And as I mentioned, hit immediately. That was Bronson Pfeiffer on the tackle and stops Halliburton short of the first down.
Well, Halliburton was really the only receiver who was open at that. It was a hook pattern at 5 yards. Pfeiffer closed on it quickly, made the tackle as Halliburton was just off to the left side. And that's an example of you're hoping you can get the ball to the player and that he can break the tackle.
Going to bring out the punt unit and Hay to kick this away. And now a timeout, it looks like, is called by the Sun. We'll take a 30-second break on AM 1150. You're watching and listening to Okanagan Sun football.
There you go. There you go.
As you can see on the TV broadcast, the Sun are going to bring that offense back out onto the field.
There's nothing wrong with that call.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
4 minutes into the game, there's nothing wrong with that call.
I'm surprised you don't bring it Atwood.
No. Just go. Just
no.
Go. Just go. I mean, the field goal from there would be a bit of a push, but just go offense. They've been moving the ball pretty well so far.
Welcome back, our radio audience. It's 3rd and 5. The Sun are going to go for it. Kroger in a shotgun. Looked like the Rebels jumped. They hand the ball to Hardesty, who's hit in the backfield. But, well, actually, sorry, it was a pass. That was so good that I was faked out too. But everybody jumped at the line. We'll see who the official says is the guilty party. We'll see if we actually have the microphone, too, working from the official.
Yeah, that's a jump on the defense on the right.
It looked like the
right defensive end.
Here's the call from the official.
97 Rebels, 5-yard penalty, results first down.
There you go.
Well, that's Dang Atkin, who is whistled for the infraction.
Sometimes
it gives the first down.
Sometimes it's not, the penalties you get, but when you get them, and it's only 5 yards, but that's a really bad 5 yards.
Yeah,
that cost them
in that spot on a 3rd and 5. Absolutely. So the ball placed at the Rebel 30-yard line. New set of downs for Kroger and company, and a shotgun. He'll fake it again, and he has his man Craver, who has the ball on the far side with the reception. Craver still fighting for yards, forward momentum, going to give him 7 or 8 yards. Good effort by Craver, who made the reception near the far sideline and continued to turn his legs to get yards.
He lined up as a sort of like a tight end on the left, but just in behind the tight end position, off the line of scrimmage. Quickly went to the out on the short side of the field to the left, and Kroger hit him right on the money. He put the ball in front of him so he could run onto it, and then he turned up the field, and then a lot of extra effort to gain a few extra yards.
Looking at the replay on the TV feed, he just squeaked the ball to pass through past Aiken, who was putting some pressure on the quarterback. They give him 8, 2nd and 2. Kroger fakes the handoff. He's going to go to the end zone looking for his man. It is caught for a touchdown. And the Okanagan Sun strike first.
Well, not a difficult pattern. Famikende is the wide receiver on the far side on the right. He just runs a little fade into the corner, and the defender gave him too much space. The defender didn't press him enough, wasn't tight enough. Kroger just lobbed it up in the air, and Famikende made a catch and just kept his feet in, just snuck it in there in tight. when they played in West Shore, Famikende came out of nowhere and had a great game. And he's had a lot of success since that game. But back on August 9th, we didn't know who he was. Who is this guy? And he scored. He had a great game. That was a great throw by Kroger, though.
So 7-0 Okanagan Sun. 10 minutes to go here in this opening quarter on a beautiful throw. And we talked at the start of the broadcast about how the Sun utilized the run game. Run. Well, they've just shown that they're going to make an effort to pass the ball down the field, and they had that with some success.
Well, they do have success, in the short game because it's so diversified. They spread the ball around. I mean, there's 5 receivers that all have 15 to 20 catches, and they don't have one player like Zion Brown for West Shore who's got all the catches and all the yards for West Shore. So the Sun can spread it around. If you can go to any one of 5 or 6 guys as receivers, it's really tough for a defense because they can't double team anybody. They can't shift some zones around.
Yeah. Tristan Ramus Arvello and Tyrell Hofflin, the rookie, are back deep for the Rebels. About to receive this kickoff. And that kick in the direction. Ramus Arvello. He has it at his own 15, goes up the middle, bounces out to the right side, has a little bit of room to run. He gets to the sideline, and he's finally knocked out of bounds. Good return by the West Shore returner. Pardon me, that was Hoffland, Tyrell Hoffland, who made the return. So good field position for the Rebels as their offense comes out for the first time, and their outstanding quarterback, Gavin Session. Against the Sun, 18 of 33, 276 yards, 5 touchdowns. And he was intercepted twice on the season so far. He has 20 touchdown throws, 1,855 yards to lead the BC Conference. They don't have much of a run game, at least statistically. They're the Rebels. They love to throw with Session. And they're going to hand the ball off immediately, of course they do, into the Sun, that teeth of that defense, and not a big gain there for their running back, Daly. Antoine Daly with the first play from scrimmage for the Rebels. Gained maybe 2 to be a second and long.
There's a keep a defense on to start the game, just a little play inside the middle. Now they'll go to what they're comfortable with and look for Zion Brown.
And it's number 4 on the far side. Session in a shotgun. Session, plenty of time back there. Go over the middle, has his man. That ball is caught by Jeremiah Beckwith on a big play. And the Rebels move the ball down the field just like that.
Well, Beckwith was straight down the center of the field on the seam pattern, and a great throw, but there's absolutely no way in the world he should have thrown that to that player.
3 Okanagan Sun defenders.
He was the most covered receiver on the field, and Sessions threads it into him. He makes a great catch and takes a hit.
In the Sun territory at the 51, 1st and 10. Session going to go to the air again, looking for his man. He has it near sideline. Good pursuit defense as the ball was caught by Remus Arvello, and he's tackled immediately by Fensky, and it'll be a 2nd and about 5.
We're running the out pattern as the inside receiver on the left-hand side, running the out pattern so the defender's trailing, but that was a great tackle by Fensky coming up and stopping that for just, the yards gained on the catch. There's no yards after the catch on that one.
Down to the 46, so a 2nd and 5. Session in a shotgun. 3 receivers to his right side. He's got Daly in the backfield. Session looking to that right side. Here comes the pressure. He's chased out of the box. He'll throw it down the sideline, and that ball is incomplete. Good coverage by the Sun as Session tried to squeak it in there to his intended receiver, Remus Arvello, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Session is very dangerous, and notice in the last game that when he gets out of the pocket, he's really good at keeping his eyes downfield and looking for the receiver. In that case, he got pushed out to the right. He kept looking downfield, threw the ball to the receiver going down the far sideline, but to his outside shoulders that he could stop and react to it, but he just couldn't make the catch. But a really good, smart play by Session.
Even chased out of the pocket, he looked very calm and collective. A flag flies. The punt is away. It's caught at the 15-yard line. This is Halliburton, and Halliburton is going to go really nowhere. Gets to about the 22-yard line, but we'll see 2 penalty flags on the play. We'll see what the call is from the official.
Well, one's at the line of scrimmage, so that's been offside on somebody, and then you get a no yards. So
right, the no yards.
They might offset and be in a punt again here.
This is one of 3 games in the BC Conference tonight. One started this afternoon. The Langley Rams We're in action. Prince George in action. Valley as well. And the VI Raiders. See if we can get some scores as those games become final. I forgot we have a referee microphone, which I forgot to turn on.
Well, sometimes they forget to turn it on.
Let's blame them on this one.
Absolutely.
Maybe he was just signaling, and now we'll get the official call. They're still meeting on the field at around the 40-yard line.
He motioned offside against the Sun and no yards against
the
Rebels.
Bryce Ruther, the longtime captain of the Rebels, in there with a conversation from the officials. Try to figure out what is happening. I don't know about you. I just got a waft of hamburger. Did you get that too? Delicious hamburgers here.
Offside. Sun. That's a 5-yard penalty. Got no yards. Rebels. That's a 15-yard penalty. We go back 10. Result of the play is a first down.
Wow. First down for the Rebels after all that. So the Rebel offense, led by Session, going to come back on the field. And we'll see where they actually place the football.
No.
They're going to back up to right around midfield. It will be on the Rebels side of the field at the 54-yard line. You don't like that call?
Well, they don't get a first down. It's just they're down over again.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, it's just the difference in the yardage.
But now Session is going to talk to the officials. There's definitely some confusion.
Yeah, the punt team's up there, so
Yeah.
it's not a. He announced it's first down. No, it's not a first down.
If anything, it'd be a first down the other way.
Yeah,
The Sun, but further back down. Yeah. Anyway,
it's just it's kind of a math problem first. You know, you got 15 minus 5.
I'll tell you, I was helping my daughter with her grade 9 math assignment yesterday. Integers.
You have a daughter in grade 9?
Yeah.
I find that's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
I dominated integers for grade 9 math. I don't know about what's going on the field right now. With 10 yards this way, 15 yards that way. Or
we're filling some space here.
negative 5.
You know, they're back to punt,
All right.
and I sense a big return coming up here. I'm gonna go out there and make a prediction. I think there's gonna be a big return.
All right, Halliburton and Falconer back deep for the Sun, standing at around their 15-yard line. Good high kick by the Rebels kicker, chasing Falconer right to the sideline, and he runs out of bounds with a no gain, Bill.
With a 0 return.
Great kick by the kicker from the
Beautiful.
Rebels,
You
Jordan Krantz.
always coach a punter to put the ball between the numbers and the sidelines, always.
Yeah.
And he put it exactly where he needed to.
We see Shane Beatty there, the defensive coordinator, on the screen. It's his birthday today. We'd like to say happy birthday to Coach Beatty. Of course, he has the unique experience of being a head coach on the Okanagan Sun and a head coach of the West Shore Rebels, and now the defensive coordinator for the Sun. He knows these two franchises very well, does Shane. Kroger and the offense back out to work. 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. They'll give it to Hardesty. He'll try the left side. Has some room. Tried to leap over someone and went absolutely nowhere as he gets tackled at the 25-yard line. Still good pickup. It'll be gain of about 7 yards. He's second and 3.
I love the way the Sun blocked that play. It's a hand up to Hardesty going to the left, kind of around the left tackle, but the entire offensive line is sliding to the left, and he's going with them. So the West Shore is in a pursuit situation. So really an easy 6 or 7 yard pickup for him.
So 2nd and 3 officially from the 24. Kroger in a shotgun again. Hardesty in the backfield. They fake it to him. They're going to go down the field. They have a man, Falconer, but he overthrows Jourdain and it falls incomplete. And it'll be a 2 and out, and the Sun will have to kick.
Well, Falconer was open as he got away from his coverage. Can I give him a shot off the line of scrimmage? He's on the right-hand side. But he went inside on the pattern, and I think Kroger was expecting him to be a little more towards the sidelines. Had he been more to the sidelines, he would have been really open and would have been a big play.
Isaiah Booten and also Tristan Remus Arvello back deep for the Rebels. Kick from Hay. Good high kick. Chasing Remus Arvello back to his own 40. He has it now. He'll try the left side. He'll be tackled. Great pursuit by the Sun special teams as they drag him down from behind. It's a great tackle by Brenson Grinigander. And the Rebels will come back out.
Well, a fantastic punt by Hayes. nice tight spiral. I always love to see those, but it wasn't really high. So, you know, it was a tight spiral, went way down the field, probably went 45 yards, almost 50 yards. But the coverage was so fast that even with a low punt like that, they were still there and really limited the return to only about 4 or 5 yards.
1st and 10, still good field position for the Rebels at their own 43-yard line. Session in a shotgun. Lots of movement by 3 receivers on the right side. He's going to go left side, has a man, and he overthrows him. Looking for Hayden Bowles and overthrew him as he beat his man off the line, and Session just missed him.
We have 3 receivers motioned out to the right, and Sessions looked to the right briefly, and then he went back to his left, knowing that he's got a man-to-man situation over there on the left down the sidelines. Bowles had a half a step on him, but Sessions just overthrew him.
Here's Karuda on the coverage. And now 2nd and 10 from the 43. Again, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Session looks left. Now he's looking right. He's going to go deep down the field. This one is intercepted. What a pick there by Ferreira. Good coverage. The safety came over to help, and it was a leap ball, and it was Ferreira who made the pick in front of Beckwith.
Well, Beckwith was the inside receiver on the right. He was going down. He's running out pattern at around 15, 16 yards. And Sessions was looking at him the whole way, but he had 2 guys on him. So once again, Sessions really made a bad choice. I mean, it was a good throw, but there was just too many defenders around him there, and Beckwith never even had a chance to go up and get it.
So 1st and 10, Sun from their own 44 after the pick. 7-0 Sun with the lead. They'll hand the ball to Hardesty. He'll try the left side. Hardesty sheds 1 tackle. And then coming across from his DB position, Cameron Cohn made the tackle. But great job on the penetration by Seth Beckwith, who came through the line, slowed Hardesty up enough for Cohn to get him.
Yeah, Hardesty bounced to the outside. They like to start the game with him running inside and then morph the running game to the outside, but good pursuit and coverage by the Rebels on that play.
Just over 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. 7-0 Sun with the advantage. Kroger, empty backfield. Going to go to the air as he rolls to his right side. Here comes the pressure. Kroger is going to tuck it under his arm and try to run for a first down, and he will have it as he crosses midfield. Great pickup by Kroger on a play that looked like it could go for nothing. He made something out of it, tucking it under his arm.
Well, both Kroger and Sessions, both the quarterbacks in this game today, they're not afraid to take off and run with it. And in that case, that's a smart veteran play by Kroger. He's looking downfield, looking to his right, nobody there, just tuck it and go, and then cut inside, break a tackle, and get the first down.
To the Rebel 53. Again, another empty backfield. Now a little receiver screen throw on the far side. It's Falconer who leaps, pardon me, that's Chewy Thomas who leaps to try to get extra yards, but he stepped out of bounds at the 50.
Yeah, he was actually behind Kroger when he threw the ball, so that was a lateral, technically.
Yeah.
And so when you get the ball as a receiver that far away from the line of scrimmage, it just gives the defense a lot of time to react and get to it. So Joey didn't have a lot of space on the near side of the field, but he still somehow squeaked out 4 yards.
2nd and 6 from the Rebel 50. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to the right side. A quick throw. It's incomplete. Looking for his receiver, looking for Halliburton, who's slow to get up. He's laying inside the 0 of number 50, and Halliburton's hurt.
Yeah, there was a hook pattern on the right side, and Halliburton just at 5 yards. He wasn't going to be near a first down yardage, so not the primary target on that one, but I think he took a shot to the back of the head.
As they attend to Halliburton, we will take a break here on AM 1150. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll stay right here on the video stream as Halliburton pops back up. I thought he was going to be down for a little bit longer than that. But it is his shoulder, it looks like, as he's holding his right arm very gingerly as he heads to the sideline. So the Rebel offense will come back out with 4:06 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-0 Sun with the lead. Pardon me, it's the punt team that comes out first. With Halliburton off the field, Grady Hay will come back out to kick. Good high kick, middle of the field. It will be Remus Arvello runs into his own guy first of all, and then he gets himself out to the 25-yard line. But Remus Harvelo, like I said, he made the reception, then had to avoid his own guy.
Well, the punt wasn't really very deep, and it didn't turn over, so it starts to fade away and kind of come back into the coverage team a little bit, and that meant that the return man had to step up. He's right in the middle of the field, so the ball didn't go to the corner. It kind of curled back into the middle, and then it was just a big traffic jam.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Session back out after the interception in their last series. He's got Daly in the backfield. Session will fake to Daly, goes over the middle, has Lyon Brown for the first time. Brown makes his first reception of the ball game and gets to the 40, pick up a 15 yards.
Well, that's a classic read option play. The quarterback stuffs the ball into the gut of the running back and then decides at the last minute if he's going to throw it or not. He pulls it out. Zion Brown on the left side running a slant pattern, so the linebackers have to step up and respect the run, and then he goes in behind him, and Sessions hits him with a bullet.
1st and 10. This time they give to Daly. Daly will try the right side, and Daly is going to be wrapped up immediately. Good job by the Sun defense. I can't see who that was. Well, that was Summers who came through, grabbed Daly by the jersey, and just threw him down.
Well, the Sun defensive line is pretty dominant, and we haven't had a chance to call their name yet of any of their players. It's almost to the end of the first quarter. But Summers came through, beat his blocker one-on-one, and as Daly was trying to go wide out to the right, he just grabbed him by the back of the shirt and by the collar and hauled him down.
So strong just to whip him down like that. Lost 2 on the play, so 2nd and 12 for Session and company. A lot of movement, and they bring Beckwith over to the left side, and that's where Session will run as his throw is incomplete. Looking for the intended receiver Bowles, but good coverage by the Suns secondary, and the punt unit will come back out for the Rebels.
Well, Sessions, once again, he's in the shotgun. He just kind of drifts more to the left, not really a rollout, just sort of drifts a little bit. He had 2 receivers both running outs. He put it to the right spot. It was just a little too far for the receiver to get there, but he threw it to a spot and the receiver couldn't get there. Right on the sidelines, would have been a first down had he been able to make the catch.
Falconer and Bilo, it looks like, has come in to receive this punt as Halliburton went off injured, and they aim it at Falconer. He'll get it at his own 40. Falconer going to run backwards to the 35, trying to get to the edge on the near side. Has it get around the corner to midfield. Now the 50, and it'll be dragged down at the 45-yard line. Good job by Falconer, tackled by Ryan Vincent, but Falconer picks up big yardage there and gets into Rebel territory.
I was 1 punt too early with my big return prediction. It was 1 punt. I meant to say this one.
Oh, okay.
This is what I meant. But Falconer just using his wheels wide to the right, and as a coverage team, you've got to have your contained guys cannot get caught inside, because if they do get caught inside, the returner's out there and there's nobody out there to help them.
1st and 10 from the Rebel 45-yard line. Kroger in a shotgun, gives it a Hardesty. He'll go right up the middle, loses the football. Still on the ground, and the Rebels will jump on it. Finally, Aiken recovers the fumble. There's a flag that comes in with a Sun player without his helmet. We'll see what the call is from the official, but I'm sure the turnover will stand.
Well, it hit as Harnesty had some pretty good yardage, and then a late hit came in. I'm not quite sure if I can see here who got a helmet. Oh, yeah, the helmet came in from the linebacker. He came across and popped it out. But, the last time they played, there were 3 Sun receivers who fumbled the ball. I've never seen that many in a season fumble a ball, and they had 3 in one game.
No.
And a personal foul.
Both sides. But yeah, you were saying you've never seen a
3 receivers fumble
fumbled
in a season, let alone in the same game.
Yeah.
And that's because when West Shore attacks the football when you're carrying it, they go after it.
So the penalties somewhat offset. The ball will be placed at the Rebel 35-yard line. Session will go back to work, has his man. That's the receiver making the reception. Hofflin makes his first catch and then wrestled out of bounds. We'll see what the call is from the official, if anything.
No, just the little out pattern, makes the catch, and then kind of drift. I think Las Vegas has the over-under on personal foul penalties in this game at 5, and so we're already at 2. Luckily, I took the over.
Didn't realize Vegas had a line on the game here tonight. 2nd and 2 after the gain of 8. Session in a shotgun, has some time back there, going to go deep down the middle, looking for Beckwith. in and out of his hands, and he is absolutely drilled. And a flag comes in late, and Beckwith is injured.
Well, having played receiver, that's
hit to the head.
Yeah, it's a shot to the head, but that's the quarterback. I don't know what it is. It's the third time that Sessions has thrown the ball to Beckwith in a situation where he should not be throwing him the football because he's not open.
Yeah.
There's just too much traffic around there, and that's a shot to the head. That's going to be a penalty, but they somehow got to get Sessions having him look around because Beckwith he's a great receiver. He's really solid, but dang, you can't do that to him. You can't do that.
As they attend to him, we'll take a break on AM 1150. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 7-0 Sun here with 1:17 to go in this opening quarter as they continue to check on Beckwith as our radio audience now is at break. And I couldn't see who hit him. I think it was Borhot who came over and made the hit.
Yeah, and the ball was well past the receiver's hand, so he could have.
Here's the replay.
Laid off of that.
Can't quite see if that's 18 or not as he pops up. Yeah, it's Armand Bohot.
So it's.
Well, they continue as our radio audience comes back in. When they continue to work on Beckwith, as he's obviously hurt after that shot to the head. And for our radio audience, it's 7-0 Okanagan Sun with 1:17 to go in this opening quarter. As they continue to attend with him, we'll ask the radio to take a break here one more time. 30-second break here on AM 1150 with the Sun in front by the score of 7-0. Now we got to make sure, as we look here at the TV broadcast and our internet stream, we got to make sure that his health is okay.
He's down for a long time, but that shot in the head and the jaw is that's uncalled for.
And as you can see on the stream, training staff is out there. The Sun training staff also having a look at Beckwith. This is Jeremiah Beckwith, who was hit on a throw that went out of his reach. Left him very vulnerable, didn't it, with that throw?
It really did.
Obviously, there's the Rebels players with some concern.
I wonder if they're waiting for a stretcher. No, he's up.
Well, he's sitting up, which is good. Well, that's a good sign here at the Apple Bowl as Beckwith is up and he is carrying himself off the field under his own power.
One of the things now with concussion protocols, the training staff won't let you move until they're fine. You may think you're fine, but they know we'll determine that.
Welcome back to our radio audience as Beckwith, the injured Rebel, did stand up and walk off under his own power, which is good to see. So we're back here to football. The ball will be placed at the 51-yard line. It is 2nd and 10. With 1:15 remaining in this opening quarter. Session in a shotgun. Session going to dump it off on the screen pass. Carter Williams has his first catch, and he's hauled down on a minimal gain. Good defense by the Sun on pursuit. Grayson Statham with a nice tackle and keeps Williams from getting a first down.
I think he's going to get called for a face mask or a horse collar penalty on the tackle, but the play was distraction to the right. There's receivers over there, and there's a little dump screen pass to the left. And Statham made a great play from the linebacker. He just got sloppy with his tackling technique at the end and grabbed him by the shoulder pads, by the horse collar, and pulled him down.
So the nice play ends up in a penalty, which puts the Rebels into Sun territory, deep in their own territory at their 34-yard line.
And that's three 15-yard penalties. My over's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Very good. I don't want to spend the money right yet, but it's looking good.
Hang on. Under a minute to go, opening quarter, 7-0 Sun, but the Rebels are threatening. They'll hand the ball here to Williams. He'll go up the middle, has some room. Williams to the 20, and he'll finally be tripped up into the Sun secondary. Good hard running by Williams, who hit that line with full head of steam and gets inside the red zone.
Did he ever hit that line fast? Lined up beside Sessions, quick little inside handoff. He was full speed when he got to the line of scrimmage inside the left tackle, and a great big hole. The Rebels offensive line did a wonderful work getting that hole open for him.
Down to the 17, 1st and 10. Session in a shotgun. Session with pressure, going to throw it down the field, looking for Vincent, but it's taken away. Intercepted, and the Sun are returning it down to midfield. He could go all the way. He will for a touchdown. Tariq Brown all the way to the house, and I don't see any flags.
Well, turnovers are already the story in this game, going both ways. Tariq Brown leads the team in interceptions with 4. Sessions trying to hit the running back out of the backfield on a hook pattern, but the ball was high and behind him, and that allowed Tariq Brown, who came over from the safety position, to close on the ball and go up and get it because it was high and behind the receiver. And then just speed and athletic ability took it a long way to the house.
The clock almost ran out on him. There's 1 second remaining on the game clock. And we'll have to get the official yardage on that one, but Tariq Brown puts the Sun in front 13-0 with the point after still to come. Atwood is out there, and he will kick it through the uprights and hits it into the construction zone, I think, here at the Apple Bowl. I might not get that ball back. 14-0, Okanagan Sun with 1 second remaining in this opening quarter. They'll kick it off, and once the Rebel tackled, if he is tackled, they'll go to the quarter break time. But Tariq Brown with an interception. There he is on your screen, number 2. You might have to get some oxygen. It's a warm night here at the Apple Bowl. He just ran a long way.
Well, you talk about momentum shift in a game. So Hardesty fumbles the ball. The Rebels are all excited. They get the ball. They move it a little bit. Then they get a 15-yard penalty advantage on the late hit. So now the momentum is in their corner. And 2 plays, and a big run, and then the next play, a pick 6.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is going back and forth just like it did back on August the 9th.
Boy, that just deflates you, doesn't it? As a team, you're moving the football, and then, pick 6.
They're the worst.
That kickoff, a low-line drive picked up by Cone. Cone will head up the right side. Cone's got some room, finally tackled at about the 35-yard line. Great return by Cameron Cone.
Really good return because the kickoff wasn't a great kick. It was too low and it bounced down the field, so the coverage team did not have any chance to get downfield, and Cohen had lots of opportunity to get some momentum and then pick a spot, and he cut outside to the right, cut it up the field, was probably maybe that tackle away from going a long way.
So here at the quarter time, the Okanagan Sun in front of the West Shore Rebels in this first place showdown by the score of 14-0. It was Famakinde with a 30-yard touchdown reception with 10 minutes to go in that opening quarter from Kroger to make it 7-0, and then the Tariq Brown interception for return for a touchdown with 1 second to go. Made it 14-0. We don't have the official yardage on that play quite yet, but we'll get it as soon as possible. Out-of-town scoreboard as the teams take a quick break here. The VI Raiders and the Langley Rams tied tonight by the score of 29-29.
Oh.
I don't like the ties. They're going to hand the ball off here to Daly. Daly is going to run down the field, almost pick up a first down. Looks like he picked up 9 on the play.
Inside the right tackle. Inside handoff, inside the right tackle. Good penetration by the offensive line to move that defense out of the way. Really kind of an easy pickup at 10 yards for him.
Looks like he picked up 10 yards. And Session is down there. They're going to give him a sack, and I can't quite see if it's 35. That would be Summers. It looks like it was Williams. Williams with the sack. He had a sack in West Shore. He's got a one here now.
Well, their defensive line is just so fast that Session saw a gap. He dropped back, looked down the field, saw everybody was covered. He thought he was going to take off, and he didn't get very far, and it just crushed around him, and a 1 yard loss.
Well, there, yep. So 2nd and 11 from their own 47. Session in a shotgun. He's got 4 receivers on the right side. He's looking that way, has some time. He's going to go over the middle. And this one out of reach for his intended receiver. Looking for Remus Arvello. And another incompletion for Session. That'll be 3rd down, and they'll have to punt.
Arvello was the middle receiver on the right side of 3 receivers and was cutting across the left, and the left was the wide side of the field. And he had a step on the defender. He's coming across the field about 12, 13 yards past the line of scrimmage. Had he been able to make a catch, it was a 1st down. But Sessions is just a little off tonight.
Halliburton's back in the ball game. Halliburton and Falconer back deep for the kick. Good high kick by Krantz. Chasing Falconer back to his own 24-yard line. Falconer runs into his own man as the blocker pushed him in. Now he bounces out to the right side. Trying to get around the corner is Falconer. Falconer to the 50 and out of midfield in the Rebel territory, and he will sidestep the sideline, be finally pushed out of bounds by Krantz, the kicker, at the Rebel 40-yard line. So what looked like it was going to go for nothing as Falconer runs into his own guy, reverses direction, and gets it all the way down to the Rebel 40-yard line.
Once again, it's teaching your contained player, and the contain meaning the person who's on the outside, you cannot let anything get outside of you. And he just collapsed down. Falconer, who's got good speed, took the big, wide path way out to the right, but that's all on the contained man's shoulders. He cannot do that.
Kroger and company come out for a new set of downs at the Rebel 40-yard line. Fake it to Hardesty. He's going to go down the middle looking for his receiver. He's got him. Catch inside the 10. That's Halliburton. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Sun.
Halliburton, the inside receiver on the left, running a corner pattern, and I've always loved that pattern against that kind of the defense that was set up against that West Shore had, because there's nobody in that deep corner, and he's put it on a line right on the money. Big play, but Halliburton, nothing fancy, straight down the field, cut it to the corner to the left.
So good that he's back in the ball game after getting his shoulder banged up there, all the way down to the 6-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Sun. Kroger is going to tuck it under his arm, run to the left side, looking for some pay dirt, gets inside the 3-yard line, doesn't get into the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now a Rebel is hurt. Design play by Kroger.
Yeah. Kroger's just going to keep it all the whole time. It was a run play, and that's a good call.
Very talented defensive lineman Manny Futio is injured on the play. He is at least up to his knees. He was laying on his back. Boy, he has a terrific season for the Rebels, and he would be a big loss inside if he cannot return. As the training staff continue to work on him. Just got official word, by the way, 98 yards. Tariq Brown is in interception for a touchdown. So they have a 30-yard touchdown reception and a 98-yard touchdown courtesy of the interception pick 6 for Tariq Brown. And Fatio will come out off under his own power, which is good news for the Rebels. Bad news for the Rebels is the Sun have 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. And Christos that is Kroger. And Hardesty on the handoff. He will get into the end zone for a touchdown.
You get in that close, you just got to have faith in your big boys and say, we're coming right behind you, let's go. And that's what they did. They gave the different look of the full, like the 3 in the backfield, so West Shore's not real sure where they can favor. And they just, the Okanagan Sun, as they went inside the left tackle, they just had more players there than the Rebels did. And Hardesty was in the end zone before he got touched.
For a KF Aero Flyer touchdown, which is the Okanagan Sun charter airline. And Atwood will come on for the extra point to try to extend the lead to 21. with 11:40 remaining before halftime. The kick is up and good. And the Okanagan Sun in front of the West Shore Rebels 21-0. Now this is very reminiscent, and I didn't watch the game, I'll be honest. I watched a little bit of the second half in West Shore when you were calling the game, Bill. And very reminiscent of that first game, but just a reverse score.
Yes. I mean, you know, he did get to like a 17-3 at one point early for West Shore, but it wasn't a 17-3 game. And this isn't a 21-0 game.
No, I agree with you, yeah.
Like, there's just no way that this is, you know, when the Sun are taking advantage of their opportunities and big plays. And, you know, one of my keys to the game when I had made notes, the West Shore D was don't give up big plays. Make the Sun work for it, but do not give up big plays. And so far, they've been giving up big plays.
The latest one was on special teams when Falcon are able to change directions and run all the way on the other side of the field to get to the Rebel 40-yard line. That's where that drive started and ended with Hardesty getting in from 3 yards out. Ensuing kickoff in the direction of Remus Arvello. He has it as an own 10. He's going to run all the way to the far side, and he will be, well, I thought he was going to be tackled, but he was slowed up before the other Sun players can arrive, and he gets to about the 15-yard line. So only a gain of 5, but boy, he ran a long way.
He did run an awful long way, and that's great coverage for as good a kick as that was, as deep as it was down to the 10. To only give up a return of 10 yards is quite something.
Sebastian Gasper, I believe, was the first guy down there to slow him up. Great job, great pursuit. So the Rebel offense will come out. Zion Brown's only made 1 reception. He leads the BC Conference in reception and yards and touchdowns. Well, they've only been able to get the ball to him 1 time. And that was a read option play, right?
Yeah, it was just a quick slant pattern.
11:30 to go in this opening half. 21-0 Sun with the lead. So Session back out and a shotgun. He's got Daly beside him, the running back. 4 receivers to the right side. Session going to be flushed out of the pocket. Nice spin move to the left side. Now Session in all sorts of trouble, just tucking under his arm and be pushed out of bounds after a pickup of about 5 yards. Good job by Session just to make anything out of that play. But the pursuit of the Sun defensive line was so good.
Well, Sessions dropped back and then scrambles to his left, but for those of you who watch the broadcast, save that clip, show it to your quarterback, and that's how you get away from being tackled as a quarterback. Spinning out of it, spinning backwards. That was a clinic on how to scramble as a quarterback and get a first down. That was a wonderful thing to watch.
2nd and 5. And a shotgun again. 3 receivers this time to the right side. He's looking left. He has his man. That is caught on the far side, but good coverage by the Sun defense, and they don't allow him to get the first down. Good tackle by Hollis Walter on the pass reception to Hofflin.
Well, Hofflin made the catch and wanted to go outside, but he was kind of cut off. It was a quick hitch pattern. He was right at the first down marker, and then went to go outside and stopped. Went, no, go back inside. And by that time, help had come over, and they're just a little bit short. They'll go for it.
They are. It's 3rd and inches. They should, in the Canadian junior game, they should be able to get a first down here, but I'm surprised to see Session in a shotgun. And he's got Daly beside him. They just need a few inches. They give it to Daly. Daly will get the first down as he hops over a defender and gets all the way to the 40-yard line. So an interesting play call. In my opinion, it was a bit of an interesting play call. It's starting him so far back from where he needs to go.
Because that's their formation. They don't come up under the center ever. So he probably doesn't. They probably don't know how. They don't practice it.
I guess fair.
But you would
enough.
think you just take the snap and just crush yourself forward.
So 1st and 10. Well, the play worked anyway. Session is going to roll to his right, looking for his intended receiver, and it's knocked away. Looking once again for Hofflin, but good defense by the Sun. It's incomplete.
So one of the adjustments that I think West Shore is going to make here is you've got 2 receivers on the right side, both of them running outs at the same distance. The Sun coverage players are right on their hip.
Yeah.
They're just attached to them. I see Sessions rolling out, seeing it out, and doing a pump fake, and that guy turning it up the field. I see an out and up. The coverage is just too tight. You've got to take advantage of it.
2nd and 10 from their own 40. 4 receivers to the right side. Session is going to throw it across the middle. He has his man. Good reception by Remus Arvello. He'll be awfully close to a first down depending on the spot. He should have enough. Oh, yeah, he has it by a yard. So a gain of 11 on that reception.
Arvello coming across from right to left. Right at the first down distance. He's about 11, 12 yards down the field, made the catch. Sessions had started to roll a little bit to his right, stopped, and threw off his off leg and kind of across his body back. So it's a tough throw, but it was well placed, hit him right on the money. Sessions has looked much better on this drive than he did in the previous ones.
In his first year in the CJFL out of Houston, Texas is Session. First and 10 from their own 52-yard line. Going to go over the middle. This one is caught in front of Sun coverage. It's Remus Arvello once again. Pickup of about 5. Fensky on the coverage.
Now Arvello, middle of 3 receivers, runs a hook 6-7 yards down the field. That's kind of a timing pattern. The receiver's got to make the hook and come back, and then Sessions has already got the ball in the air when he's turned, and the receiver turns, and there's the football, makes the catch. Sun defenders right there. Once again, the coverage is really, really, really tight. This is man coverage, a lot of it. And as I said in the previous play, I think the Rebels have to be patient. You know, it's not the second half, but they still have to be patient with what they're doing. But I think there's an opportunity for them to take advantage of this tight coverage and do a little pump and go.
We'll see if that comes to fruition. There's a timeout called by the Rebels. Out-of-town scoreboard at half. Prince George Kodiaks in front of the Valley Huskers, 17-15. That's a big game. The Kodiaks are 4-3. The Huskers are 2-4. Boy, Prince George is turning into a nice story with a winning record. With a win here tonight, they could go to 5-3, sitting in third place in the BC Conference standings. Their franchise record, by the way, for victories is 3. So they surpassed that in just their 4th season. So after the timeout, it is 2nd and 5 inside Sun territory at the 53-yard line. Session with 3 receivers to his left. He's going to roll that way and then come across and throw down the middle. This one is caught somehow. Caught by Bowles. Bowles will be tackled at the 20-yard line. I want to see the replay on that. There were 2 Rebel receivers right there. And we'll see what the replay shows as it bounced off, I think, the intended receiver into Bowles' lap, and he ran to the 20.
Well, that bounced off of the hands of. So Aravello was coming from the right. Bowles is coming from the left. Aravello was who was supposed to go through. He stuck out a hand, and it bounced off his hand and went a little bit forward to Bowles coming back over from going from left to right, and a little bit of ping pong going on there. We're going, okay, how did he get that football?
What? So all the way down to the Sun 20-yard line. Session in a shotgun. Session going to go to the air again. He's pressured immediately, throwing down the field. This one is intercepted right at the goal line. Picked off, and the Sun returning it. That's Borhot. Borhot sidesteps a tackler and gets all the way to the 50-yard line. The 3rd interception thrown by Session. He was flushed into the pocket, I believe, by Summers, maybe Williams, and then Borhot stepped in front of the intended receiver, Bowles, right at the goal line, then made a couple of nifty moves as he went down the sideline and got out to the 51-yard line.
Well,
now there looks like to be a penalty.
I'm not sure what this penalty
Number
is.
2, 10-yard penalty, first down.
It's a first down. It was a block after the interception, so they're going to get the ball first down, but just an awful throw. There's just no way to sugarcoat that. That was, once again, throwing the football where it shouldn't go. There was 2 defenders and 1 receiver. He was looking left. They didn't like what he saw, moved a little bit right, and then he just threw a prayer. So he's not having a good game. I'm not going to bet you words. Yeah. He's not having a good game, and it's tough for a quarterback because they get too much pressure and too much praise sometimes, but it's he made bad choices.
The ball will be placed after the penalty in the Sun 10-yard line. They give it to Hardesty, goes up the left side, gains 9, maybe 10 depending on the spot. But instead of the ball way over at the 51-yard line after the interception, penalty moves it back to the 10. Hardesty gains a little bit more of that yards back, and it is a first down carry. So a gain of 10, they'll put the ball to 20.
Well, so far the offensive line of the Okanagan Sun is winning the battle. They were locked into defensive players 5 and 6 and 7 yards down the field. They just tied into their blocks and didn't let go of them.
Kroger remains in a shotgun. 2 guys in the backfield. They will depart. Kroger will just keep the ball under his arm. Kroger gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained 1 or 2. It'll be second and long here for the Sun offense with 6:17 remaining before halftime and a 21-0 lead.
Well, trying to keep a defense honest, and Kroger design run to the short side of the field. Kind of waving the ball a little bit around it there. At one point I went, oh, that's dangerous. Hang on to it. But, you don't want to put yourself in a 2nd and 9 situation, but they did.
From their own 21-yard line. And the Rebels, they have stacked the line. 7 players will be rushing for the Rebels. Kroger will have to get rid of this in a hurry. He does. Ball to Falconer, makes the reception, won't get the first down. Terrific coverage by Cone. He lost the football, did Falconer. The Rebels say they have it, but the official said he was down. So they hang on to the football, but they'll be short of the first down.
Yeah, he was down. It was the ground that caused the fumble, but Falconer running a hook pattern to the left, just a yard short. Good coverage by the defense to prevent him from getting the first down.
Yeah, that was Cone on the coverage. As he got right into Falconer's back pocket and brought him down immediately. And the Sun will have to send out their, well, they're going to go for it. As Christos will come on the field. It's a 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and a long 1 for the Sun offense. There's a big play here. Oh, Christos in a shotgun, 3 guys in the backfield with him. There's that formation we talked about earlier, Bill. As Christos will follow the blockers to the left side. Christos dives forward. Ooh. Good penetration by Cone to slow down Christos, and depending on the spot, it'll be awfully close. I don't think he got it.
He just had to get to the line, but I think he did. But a fantastic play by Cone, the defensive back, who's the leading tackler for the Rebels. He shot in there and made all sorts of trouble for Christos, who would have easily gained the first down had it not been for the fact that he had to avoid a tackle 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going to call for the sticks as they try to measure here with 4:32 to go in this opening half. It is 21-0. This is a big play. If the Rebels get control, they'll be knocking on the doorstep immediately. And they're still setting up the sticks, trying to see where the sticks will remain. And the Rebels say, no, they did not get the 3rd down conversion, so the Rebels offense will come on the field. Great job by the Rebels.
Wow, that was really close. That was just an inch or 2.
So this is a big series, obviously, for the West Shore Rebels. They're down by 21 with 4:32 remaining before halftime. And their offense gets a gift here. First turnover by the Sun on a turnover on down. The second turnover after the Hardesty fumble earlier tonight.
We've had 5 turnovers in the first half.
And 3 interceptions for Session. He doesn't throw interceptions.
No.
He did throw 2 against the Sun in the first game of the seasonal series. So they have an opportunity here to put points on the board at the 30-yard line of the Sun. Session and offense back out to work. Williams in the backfield with Gavin. And a shotgun. Session looks to the right side, has a man. That's Brown, who makes the reception, steps out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 5, and Brown has his second catch.
Well, Brown is the slot back on the right, on the short side of the field, little 5-yard out. Rebels have to do something to get him the football.
Yeah.
Because he will make him pay. He scored 4 touchdowns the last time they played, and a couple of them were short passes he turned into big, long touchdowns.
They gave him 7 on the completion. So 2nd and 3. As Session goes back to work. Some options here on a short 2nd down. Session fakes to Williams. Looks right, not there. Tucks it under his arm. Session has the first down as he runs for it. He gets to the 15-yard line. Smart play by Session. This time he didn't want to force it in and just ran for the first down.
That was a great play. That was a really smart play. There was nobody open. He's looking to his right, tucked it, went straight up the hash marks, got the first down.
So 1st and 10 from the Sun 15-yard line. 3:25 to go opening half. Again, 21-0 Sun, but the Rebels knocking on the door here. Session in a shotgun. 3 receivers to the left side. Session going to go over the middle. That one incomplete. Looking for Remus Arvello.
Well, you know what? I'm going to put that one on the receiver because Arvello came across from the left as the inside receiver, and he came across and he slowed down. He just throttled down a little bit, waiting for the ball, I think, to be more of a hook pattern, but Sessions threw it where he had to throw it in front of him. If Arvello keeps his speed up, he catches that, he scores.
Oh, 2nd and 10 from the 15. Going to send 3 receivers to the left, just Zion Brown on the right side. One-on-one coverage. Session takes the snap. Session being flushed out of the pocket as he runs to his left. Session just going to tuck his under his arm now, sidesteps the tackler, and then be eventually caught from behind. But what a play by Session to keep his feet and almost picked up the first down.
As he scrambles out to his left, he makes the decision to, am I going to throw? Am I going to throw? No, I'm going to take off. And then he just made 2 guys look silly. He just left them for dead. Just cut back inside and then outside again. That was a great run.
Right here on the whoop, on the replay that we got, it was Statham who had him, then said, where'd he go?
Oh, yeah, he's grasping at air.
So it's a pickup of, it looks like 9, so it'll be 3rd and 1. And the Rebels are going to go for it with 2:12 remaining in the opening half. Session has a couple big bodies in the backfield with him, along with Williams. McNay is in the backfield as well, and now whistles blow. Sure, but the official, the referee, is asking the center to let go of the ball, and they just move the ball a little closer to the end zone, just by an inch. The Rebels will take that all day. Oh, we're ready to play again. The whistle's been blown. Session again in the shotgun. Session going to give it to Williams. Williams will have the first down and the touchdown as he gets in from the 6-yard line. So the Rebels are on the board.
Well, an inside handoff to Daly, and then there's just no Sun defenders anywhere. The West Shore Rebels had that defensive line pushed all over the place. He walks in on a 3rd and 1, and then there was nobody there. I think the Sun guessed wrong on their defense.
Yeah, I think you're right. So 21-6 with a point after still to come as Carter Williams gets in from 6 yards out. And the kicker on for the Rebels. See if they can convert. The kick is up and good. And it's 21-7 with 2:25 to go until halftime. Well, the Rebels taking advantage of that 3rd down miss opportunity as Christos was stopped because of the great pressure by Cohn, able to get through the line of scrimmage and knock down Christo, or at least trip him up. And Christo wasn't able to get the first down. They turned the ball over. A couple plays later, in the end zone. That's what you got to do to get back in the ball game.
There's just, there's always so many things that have to align. So Sessions makes a poor throw. The Sun pick it off. They run it back up to midfield. Nope. It gets called back on a penalty, so now they're at their 10.
Yeah.
So you've got, essentially, that's a 40-yard penalty. And then they don't convert a 3rd down, and then you get the ball back, and then you score again. It's like, okay, this is, hang on. This game's all over the place.
Yeah. That's a great point, too, the series before.
Yeah.
And that massive penalty on the hold. It was a holding call after the interception by Borhat. When the Sun's special teams running around, changing formations. And the Rebels,
for a short kick.
Better get the ball away. They do. The ball will be picked up by Bilo at his own 20. Bilo is steam, gets out to the 35, to the 40, and it'll be wrestled down right around there with 2:17 to go before halftime. 21-7, Sun with the lead.
Well, the Sun were expecting some kind of a short kick, and the Rebels hit a low kick. Sometimes you're trying to, that's a play where you hit it low and you're trying to bounce it off of one of the guys up front. It's sort of an attempt at an onside kick, really, but not a classic where everybody's going out. You're just going to hit it low and scrub it down there, and not give it, keep it away from their big returner. So it's kind of just a mess of a play all around.
Out to the 39-yard line. That's where the Sun will set up shop. 1st and 10 for Kroger and company. Hardesty in the backfield. And they'll give to Hardesty. He'll try the right side. Hardesty will get a positive gain of maybe 4 yards. And he's tackled there by Fatio, who's back in the ball game after getting injured earlier. And the Rebels want to call a timeout as well to give some extra time on the clock if they can get the ball back.
Well, they've got the Sun in a situation of a 2nd and long, so call a timeout, hold him here, you get the ball back with a couple of minutes to go, and then see what else can happen. If they can score again before the end of the first half, then it's a completely different game. And
what a job the coaching staff of the Rebels has done all season long. Connor Bryan, the head coach, he's in his first season as the head coach of the Rebels. I spoke to him before the game. We didn't get a chance to play the interview. We ran out of time, but I asked him, do you believe in this hype? You know, this game pitched as the CJFL game of the week. It's a first play showdown. I'm expecting a coach to say, no, we don't think about that, blah, blah. He said, no, this is definitely the game of the week. This is the game to watch. He's been right, but for a rookie coach, maybe he doesn't know any better. Maybe, hey, coach, you're not really supposed to say that. But he made no bones about it, and I don't blame him. So 2nd and long after the timeout. They call it 2nd and 6. Kroger in a shotgun. They fake it to Hardesty. He's going to go down the sideline looking for his receiver, Falconer, who had it in and out of his hands, and it falls incomplete. Falconer jumped at the last second, and I think he popped it out of his own hands.
Well, so Falconer just ran the pattern that I think the Rebels should run. He's the wide receiver on the right side of the field. He ran down the field. He's hooked up at like 6 or 7 yards right at the first down marker because he's run that play a couple of times. And Kroger looked at him, and then Falconer cut it straight up the field. It was a little hook and go. And Kroger looked at him and then lobbed it out there, and he was open. Yeah. He was open. He just couldn't make the catch. But that's the pattern that the Rebels need to run.
Rebels will get time on the clock after this Hay kick. Hay, a booming kick. That one goes off a Rebel. It's a live ball. And it will be Remus Cervello will jump on it after it goes off of him after the massive kick by Grady Hay. And the ball will be inside the 20-yard line. What a boot by Hay.
Well, I might be a little bit biased, but nice punts make me excited.
Yeah, as a former kicker.
As a former punter and kicker, that was just a rocket. That was a beautiful thing. And I've worked with Grady, and he's solid. He's very consistent in his punts, but he doesn't really have the big leg. But man, he caught all of that one.
sure
Holy,
did.
that was beautiful.
It'd be nice if we had some sort of stat that said, yeah, that ball went 60 yards or whatever it ended up being. But the Rebels will set up shop inside their own 20. They'll mark it at the 16-yard line.
They got really lucky at the end there because it bounced off and it was a scramble for that loose ball.
1:57 to go before halftime, and now whistles blow. A late Rebel coming in as Larvin Brunschuk will come in right near the end. I don't know. They didn't have the right personnel. I think they were one player short. So the Rebels had to burn another timeout. 21-7 remaining before halftime. Coming out of halftime, by the way, I had a chance to talk to Liam Atwood. Last week we mentioned it. He set a new BC Conference record with the 71st field goal, which is most all-time field goals made in the BC Conference. He's 2 away from tying a CJFL record. And I had a conversation with him a couple days ago. We're going to play that back for you coming up at halftime. He's a good kid. Manager at Earl's. He manages the patio, which is a nice gig for a young guy at Earl's here in Kelowna overlooking the lake. And I'll chat with him coming up at halftime. So after the timeout, Session in a shotgun, 1st and 10 from his own 17-yard line. Session going to go over the middle. This one caught by Ryan Vincent. He'll be wrestled back immediately as soon as he makes the reception. Ferreira on the tackle. And it'll be 2nd and long for the Rebels, only picking up 4.
Well, both teams really like to throw the short pass underneath, but there comes a time when you've got to get away from that. Paul's just running a hook pattern 3 or 4 yards, but they need to get down the field a little. They need to start stretching this defense.
I think you're right, though. I think at halftime, these coaches will look at that, and there'll be some adjustments. There'll be different looking offense for both teams coming out at halftime. So 2nd and 6, call it, as Session in a shotgun. Session looking to his left side. The coverage is there. Session going to heave it down the field. It is caught by Brown. Did he make the reception? He did inside Sun territory at the 51-yard line.
Session stepped up into the pocket. He was looking left, and then it looked like he was going to run, and then he stopped, and he flipped it down the field. Really nice throw, but Brown had a step on the defender and made a great catch as he turned around, reached up for it, right on the sidelines down the left, and made a really good catch. But that was a nice throw. But once again, Sessions having the presence of mind to keep looking downfield, and at this point of the game, they've got to start looking downfield.
At the Sun 51-yard line after the massive gain. Session calls for the ball, looking down the field again. Session over the middle, this one in and out of the hands of Bulls. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, sorry, Mr. Bowles, if you can get one hand on it, you can get two hands on it. You can't come across the field as he did there, making it to make a catch, and then just put one hand out. That's no. that's the coach in me coming out. That's just bad effort, because Sessions put the ball right on the money, and you got to put both hands out there.
2nd and 10 from the 51-yard line. 1:17 to go before half. 3 receivers on the right side. Session gonna send it over here towards the Rebel bench. It falls incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 10. There is a penalty flag in the backfield. Summers looking like a guilty party. Here comes the official to tell us that roughing the passer.
Yep.
And that's another massive penalty.
So Sessions threw the ball to the spot. The receiver couldn't get it on the wide side of the field. The goal falls incomplete. But once again, an unnecessary roughness, hitting the passer after the ball's gone. The thing about the unnecessary roughness penalties, they're 100% preventable.
Yeah.
And once again, it's the worst time to take a penalty. You had the punt team on the field.
So 1st and 10 from the Sun 36-yard line. Session going to go back to the air again. Session looking end zone down the middle of the field. This one incomplete. Looking for Remus Aravello. No laundry on the field. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Aravello was running a seam pattern right down the hash marks on the right side. The Sessions lobs it up, but Brown's just playing center field back there, and he just watches the ball, watches the quarterback's eyes, and comes over and breaks up the play. So Aravello was not open. He was double covered because the safety was just playing for that.
Fensky and Brown were on the coverage there. So 2nd and 10 from the 36. 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left for Session. Daly departs the backfield as they snap the ball. Here comes Williams, can't quite get to Session, who's going to tuck it under his arm. He'll take off. Session does get the first down, and Morey squeaks through the 20, now the 15, and it'll slide down there at the 15. Nice play by, again, Gavin Session, using his legs and his feet, and more importantly, his eyes to get down the field.
Well, he did, doing the reverse pivot to get out of the pressure out of the pocket to his left, and looking downfield, and then he said, "No, I'm going," and he made a few people miss. That was a fantastic run down the left side. He was really trying to score. He was really doing his best to get that end zone, and then ended up inside the 10.
Well, there's 50 seconds left. There's now a flag down as the referees are talking things over. This would have happened after the play. And we'll see what the official calls here. But this one, well, here comes the official. And it's going to be against the Rebels. Well, the referee's mic not working.
Okay.
Can you decipher that? We know it's a Rebel penalty. Down to the 20 now, back to the 25-yard line.
The infraction, I think it was a person. I'm not really sure what the infraction was, but it was after the first down was gained, so they still maintained possession on the first down, but they pulled it back. But I couldn't really pick up the call.
So 1st and 10 from the Sun 25-yard line. Session looking left side. He's got Brown, who makes a diving catch at about the 3-yard line. Zion Brown with a beautiful reception right at the sideline. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Rebels with 47 seconds to play with before halftime.
Well, Zion Brown on the left side just runs it out about 15 yards down the field. The ball's a little low, but he just goes down and gets it. I mean, he's got all the tools as a receiver. He has all the tools.
Terrific talent. It's 1st and goal. They call it the 5-yard line. They fake it to Daly. Session going to go up the middle himself, looking for the end zone, chugging his legs, reaches out and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. That was all Gavin Session.
That was all Gavin Sessions, and that drive was mostly all Gavin Sessions with his legs, but he just was not going to be denied. He went up the middle, he kept his legs driving, and then as he was getting tackled, he reached out and stuck the ball over right under the post.
The referee was right there as well to make no mistake, and the Rebels have come back in this one with 33 seconds to go. It's suddenly 21-13 with the point after still to come. It's up and good, and it's 21-14 in favor of the Sun. They scored 21 points early in this one. The Rebels have come right back, and it's just a touchdown now, a one-score game. Coming up with 33 seconds to go, the Sun will have it. They'll have to get at least a first down to try to...
You know, I did say that if they could find a way to score before the end of the first half, it's a completely different second half. But
sure did.
Oh, man, this is... I don't even know how to describe the games when these two teams play. There's turnovers, there's big plays, there's dumb, unnecessary penalties.
Yeah.
There's everything. There's great plays and bad plays.
On that drive, you mentioned about Sessions' legs with 2 giant catches by Zion Brown.
Yes.
The big one on the second down on the far side, and then that diving catch right at the 5-yard line. Falconer will get the kickoff from his own 10. Hits the 20, now the 25, 30. Finally runs into some players. Now Falconer's got some room. He gets to the sideline into Rebel territory, down to the 20, and Falconer will score.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. Wow.
A 100-yard kick return for a touchdown. As he gets it right at the 10, and
Great
it goes
kick.
right up the field.
Starts it up the hash marks to the right, and then heads it to the sidelines, and then some wonderful blocks downfield at around the 35, 40-yard line. Springs Falconer, and then he just uses his wheels. Walls is in. Wow. Just when you think that the half's got everything, it adds that.
Now hang on. The officials are meeting at the 30-yard line.
I didn't see a flag.
I didn't see a flag either. I'm wondering if they're discussing whether he stepped out or not.
Well, I don't see 28 on the board, and I don't see him kicking an extra point. So a holding penalty way back. Wow.
So erase the kick return for a touchdown.
This game's just manic.
I've already written it down on my paper, too.
No. And you're a trained professional. You think you're very proud of that.
Whoa.
You're,
Whoa.
Well, you've got that there. You like it nice and organized and tidy, and now that's just a scribble mark.
Yeah. That's a trained professional.
Wow.
17 seconds to go. I don't know who was whistled for the penalty, but
maybe that was that big block that I thought that it was, but it didn't look like a hold. But it's usually somebody nowhere near the play.
Yeah. Well, the ball will be placed all the way back in Sun territory at their own 38-yard line.
Wow.
So that's a change of momentum as well.
Holy cow.
The Rebels bench dodging a bullet as their heartbeat is coming down after that. So 1st and 10, 17 seconds to play with for Kroger and company. Kroger going to go to the air looking for his intended receiver, Halliburton, who made the catch just in front of the Rebel defender at the 54-yard line.
Down the right side, inside receiver on the right. Gets about 12, 13 yards, looks inside. Kroger puts it on the money, a little bit low, so he had to go down and get it. And it's a good thing it was lower. He would have been smacked.
Pfeiffer with the tackle and the coverage. Oh, a penalty as well. They're going to tack on against the Rebels. That's another unnecessary roughness.
That's 5.
Sudden first and 10 at
One
the 41.
more.
Is that 5?
Yeah, that's 5.
That's 5 altogether.
Yeah, that's 5.
Wow. Did you put something down for Vegas?
I don't know if I can either confirm or deny that report.
First and 10 from the 41 as Kroger goes down the field, incomplete. Looking for a big play there. Looking for his intended receiver, didn't quite hit him. Famakende was the intended receiver.
Yeah, running a corner pattern, he was open.
So second and 10, 10 seconds to go from the the Rebel 41-yard line. They've got 4 receivers on the left side of the Sun. Kroger looking that way. Here comes the pressure. Kroger going to throw it back to his right side, and just in a diving attempt falls short, looking for Falconer, who made a great effort. Kroger was smacked, I believe, just as he let go of the ball as well. Yeah, he was hit hard.
Well, Falconer got
Almost
tied
had
up
it.
down the right sideline, got tied up with the defender at about the 10-yard line, and then when he got free, he was just a half a step too slow. He couldn't get and adjust to the ball and laid out for it, and it went off his hands.
4 seconds to go. And the Sun offense on a 3rd and 10 are going to remain on the field. They're just going to, I would imagine, look for the end zone. They want to make sure the clock is at 0 as they let go of this ball. They don't want the Rebels to have any more time. Has Kroger going for the end zone, looking for his receiver, and it's batted out of bounds, batted away, pardon me, by the Rebels. And that's going to do it. I thought I saw maybe a flag. No, not at all.
Nope.
So that's going to do it for the first half of a very entertaining game. A little wonky, but certainly very entertaining. The Okanagan Sun in front of the West Shore Rebels by a score of 21-14. Is wonky a good word?
Schizophrenic is a good word.
Schizophrenic
This is.
first half here at the Apple Bowl in this first place showdown. The scoring summary for you. Famakinde, a 30-yard touchdown reception from Kroger with 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter, made it 7-0 Okanagan Sun. Then a 98-yard interception return for a touchdown by Tyreek Brown. Just at the end of the first quarter, made it 14-0. Sun added a 3rd touchdown in the first half as Garrett Hardesty ran in from 3 yards. That was at the 11:40 mark of the second quarter to make it 21-0. And then the Rebels slowly picked away. Carter Williams scampered in from 6 yards out at 2:25 remaining in the second quarter, made it 21-7. And then Session and Brown went to work on their last drive of the first half, ended in a 5-yard touchdown tough run by Session with 33 seconds to go before halftime, made it 21-14. And that's where we are right here. I liked the first half. Schizophrenic maybe. But certainly for our viewers and our radio listeners, it was a very entertaining game. We hope you enjoyed the first half broadcast. But if you are tuning in now on TELUS TV or on BCFC TV, we're going to watch a minor game happening right now.
Being coached by 2 former members of the Okanagan Sun, Mark Paul and Mike Godwin.
Did you coach them?
Mike, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, both of them.
We'll see if there's a little bit of Bill Long.
They still call me coach. I must have coached them. They call me coach. Yeah,
as they should. As they should. Well, we'll step aside and interview a discussion about kicking with Liam Atwood coming up during the halftime. This is the Safeway Halftime Show. You're listening to the Okanagan Sun on BCFC TV.
Fashions to keep you cool, whatever the weather. Let Orchard Plaza get you ready with everything you need for those perfect and not so perfect summer days.
Orchard Plaza, the perfect fit for you.
On Cooper Road.
Did you see all the big colorful ads at the airport?
Yep. Pattison Outdoor does them. Plus all the billboards we keep passing.
Let Pattison Outdoor Advertising help your business reach 2 million plus annual passengers at Kelowna International Airport. Or upload different offers when you want on Pattison Outdoor's digital superboards.
I think I have an idea to help our business grow.
Position your brand, business, and products in big, bold, creative ways with PattisonOutdoor.com. Proud to support the Okanagan Sun.
Are you tired of feeling exhausted, dealing with nagging pain, or struggling to reach your full potential? The Recovery Spa is your ultimate destination for health and wellness and the go-to recovery spot for the Okanagan Sun players. Their expert services are for anyone looking for vitality and peak performance. Visit them today and ask about Novathor red light therapy. All you do is lay down, relax, and enjoy the benefits. Give your body and mind some TLC at therecoveryspa.ca or find them in Pandosy Village.
Rona is a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun and a strong community supporter. They're ready to help you tackle every project you've got. Think Rona for every job, from renovating the house to upgrading the bathroom. Whether it's a huge undertaking or just a small fix-up, they have the products, the prices, and the expertise you need to get the job done right. Visit Rona.ca and tackle every project with Rona. Doing it right. 1711 Springfield Road. Proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun.
Bathtub flood, pipe burst, toilet overflow. When water damage happens, ServPro Kelowna is fastest to any size disaster. Their water damage specialists will get you properly dried quickly and thoroughly. And they'll take the time to keep you informed on the status of the repairs. So once they're complete, all that water damage will be like it never even happened. ServPro Kelowna, locally owned and operated and proud supporters of the Okanagan Sun. ServProKelowna.com.
The best of the best is back at Valley Mitsubishi. Right now, the best warranty in the business just got better. For a limited time, get a no-charge 10-year extended warranty for free. A $3,750 value with the purchase of a new SUV. Plus, lease a 2024 Outlander for $119 weekly at 1.99%. Best warranty, best product, best people.
The best people and the best bad cars. Valley Mitsubishi.
Serving Kelowna for 22 years. Valley Mitsubishi on Enterprise Way.
People are the greatest asset. People who get involved, give back to our communities, and inclusively encourage others to make a difference. Westco continues its tradition of creating great teams with great people, just like the Okanagan Sun. Having great people is an essential part of what Westco is about. Supporting youth, supporting local sports, supporting our communities. Because people are Westco's greatest asset. Westco. Ingenuity delivered.
Don't get caught riding dirty. Get Wise Guys Car Wash, the only show in town with an express wash, touchless wash, and self-serve bays. Wise Guys Car Wash, next to the OK Corral at 1984 Kirshner Road.
The Okanagan Sun dominates on the field. At Future West Solar, they dominate the power of the sun. Why not let the sun work for you on the field and on your roof? Own your power with Future West Solar. Find out more at futurewestsolar.com. The Okanagan Sun knows how to deliver results, and so does Future West Solar. Save money and secure your energy future with solar power to lower your bills and brighten your day every day. Own your power with Future West Solar. Find out more at futurewestsolar.com. Being an Okanagan Sun supporter isn't just about winning, it's about community. And at Future West Solar, they're proud to be able to provide homes in the Okanagan with clean, sustainable energy. Own your power with Future West Solar. Find out more at futurewestsolar.com.
At
At Beecroft Fuel Distributors, being a part of the community is their top priority. As proud supporters of youth sports like the Westside Warriors, Penticton Bees, and our own Okanagan Sun, they love to see the next generation competing at such high levels of athleticism. Did you know they also provide 100% of the fuel for every search and rescue operation in all 8 of their service communities at no charge? Beecroft Fuel Distributors, your community partner, family owned, locally run, and a proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun. BDFD.ca.
Fuel your adventures with Canco Petroleum in one-stop convenience. Grab a Chillers or make it a Screamer. And don't forget to scan your Canco cash card. Check out cancopetroleum.ca or download their app. Proud sponsors of your Okanagan Sun.
Yes, you can, Co.
Let's face it, moving and storage isn't as much fun as watching football. If you need to move or store your stuff and you have lots of stuff, a Big Steel Box is a convenient and flexible solution. The team at Big Steel Box is on your side and is dedicated to providing an exceptional experience by reducing your effort and owning your problem. If you're looking for a moving and storage service that feels better, get started with Big Steel Box, proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
Hello, Kelowna. It's Michael J. from beautiful Big White Ski Resort. I've got a question for you. Have you ever seen Big White in the summertime? I think you'll be amazed with what supernatural British Columbia has to offer at 5,500 feet above sea level. The alpine flowers are out. You can ride the chairlift for only $15, and your dogs are free. Come and enjoy an ice cream this long weekend at beautiful Big White Ski Resort. All our details are online at bigwhite.com.
Come find us in Boundary Country.
Bronag Contracting gives back to our community. For the past 15 years, they've been a proud corporate sponsor of Okanagan Sun football. They're also proud to help underprivileged kids play organized sports. At Bronag Contracting, they specialize in commercial construction as a general contractor and project manager. If you need their expertise, get in touch. Bronag Contracting, proud to give back to the community and a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
When you're proud of your team, it shows. Candel Custom Homes is proud to support the Okanagan Sun football team and proud of their team who are passionately working on building your dream home, your forever home. Look into building with Candel Custom Homes, a boutique firm specializing in design builds. Upcoming projects include Lake Country Villas in the Lakestone area, where you could proudly own one of Candel's 24 executive Lakeview villas. See more at CandelCustomHomes.com. Chapman Mechanical Plumbing, HVAC, and Fire Protection is your full-service mechanical contractor for commercial, industrial, and institutional design and installation. Get started by visiting chapmanmechanical.ca, proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun.
Oh, sure, doing it yourself might save you money, or it might not. For new residential and light commercial plumbing and heating, CNC Plumbing and Heating are experienced, fast, and reliable. 3 things you're not. Ask them about hydronic in-floor heating.
I don't even know what that is.
That's okay. They do, and you're going to love it. CNC Plumbing and Heating, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Just call 250-878-3109 or visit cncplumbingandheating.com.
You already know Consolidated Supply for irrigation, landscape supplies, and clear water spas, but they're also your place to custom build a new or used club car golf cart to meet your specifications. Visit them today to get started and ask how you can enter to win a fully outfitted custom Flame Chaser club car onward in support of the Kelowna Professional Firefighters Charitable Society. Consolidated Supply, proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun, CTE.ca.
Elevate your construction and home improvement projects with Cooper Equipment Rentals. From compact tools to heavy machinery, they've got you covered. Come visit them at 1834 Byland Road in West Kelowna. Cooper Equipment Rentals, proudly Canadian since 1972.
You name it, they frame it. Distinct Framing specializes in wood framing services for multifamily residential construction, including off-site prefab wall panels and floor cassettes, with quality that's unmatched because they're distinct. Visit distinctframing.ca, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
Get ready for fun at the Coda Sports Bar and Grill.
Enjoy the coldest beer, the hottest dishwasher, and #1 beef dip in town.
Hey, what did you call me?
Not you, the sandwich. Oh yeah, and Dakota's hosts live comedy every week, including open mic Thursdays, as well as stand-up every Friday and Saturday night. Dakota's Sports Bar and Grill, where good times unite. Proud sponsor of Okanagan Sun Football. Find your next funny fix at kelownacomedy.ca.
Emery Formworks is your leader for concrete formwork in Kelowna. As one of the only locally owned and operated companies providing high-rise concrete formwork, they're hard-working and a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun. Visit them at emery.ca.
At Rock Interiors, they're a drywall company by choice, not by price. Count on Rock for all your commercial and residential projects, from drywall to insulation and more. Rock Interiors, a proud supporter of our community, including the Okanagan Sun. Find them on Instagram.
Maybe you need to be surrounded by arts, culture, and nightlife. Maybe you need more beach time. Maybe you need to put down roots. Maybe you need to discover the Fifth Avenue Okanagan Collection.
Located in Kelowna's vibrant cultural district, Fifth Avenue Properties presents Nolita, Savoy Unclement, and the highly anticipated Delano. 3 unique condos boasting unparalleled convenience and urban sophistication. Learn more at fifthaveproperties.com. Proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun.
You're here. Your home is here. Weather here affects your home here. That's why it only makes sense to have your heating, AC, and HVAC serviced here by Gould Mechanical. Family owned and local to the Okanagan. Ready to serve your commercial and residential heating, AC, and HVAC here because their professionals are here for you. Gould Mechanical. Proud to be local, proud to support the Okanagan Sun. GouldMechanical.com.
For over 25 years, Greyhawk Industries has been an industry leader serving Kelowna and the BC interior. They provide hazardous material removal, including asbestos, mold, and lead. Greyhawk is also a certified and professional contractor specializing in commercial spray insulation, foam, fireproofing, thermal, and acoustic insulation. Greyhawk Industries, a second-generation family business and a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Learn more at greyhawkindustries.com.
It's normally simple to unplug or plug in, but when electrical work isn't this simple, call Hotwire Electric. Lighting and wiring, generators and EV charging, service calls and upgrades. For your home, for your job site, from Vernon to Penticton, it's simple to call Hotwire Electric. A proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
Call 860-9526. At Hotwire, we get the job done quick.
Elevate your next event at Kelowna Yacht Club. With versatile spaces, lakefront views, customizable menus, and exceptional service, they make every event from corporate meetings to weddings a special experience. Visit KelownaYachtClub.com to book.
Need workers? Call Labor Unlimited. Need work? Call Labor Unlimited. Whether you're skilled or unskilled, daily warehouse, light industrial, and construction work is available with opportunities to audition for full-time employment as well. If you're a business looking for labor solutions, one call to Labor Unlimited could solve your manpower issues. Labor Unlimited, work today, pay today. Call 250-717-0502 to register. A proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
The renovation has started, but the store is still open. Right now, Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries is clearing out their entire inventory. If you're looking for recliners, sofas, dining sets, or bedroom furniture, everything is on sale. No exceptions. Saving
over the second half.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl after halftime. The Sun opening kickoff to the West Shore Rebels, who are trailing 21-14, and it's Cone. He has it at his own 10 to the 20. Now the 25 near sideline, and he'll be worked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So the Rebels, who had all the momentum going into halftime, they start with the football here in the second half, and now a flag comes in just as the offense for the Rebels was going out and the defense for the Sun goes out. And we'll see what this call is, but Billy, we saw a lot of penalties in this first half, didn't we?
Well, there was 12, 7 for the Sun and 5 for the Rebels. And this is an unsportsmanlike penalty, 3 yards off the sidelines. Not sure if it's, I think it's on the Rebels.
After the play, unnecessary roughness, Sun. Unnecessary roughness, West Shore. First down.
So they just cancel each other out, don't they?
They do. I don't know if Vegas counts that for the over on the penalties, though, because that would make 6 and 7.
And as the kids say nowadays, the 6-7 thing. I don't know if you've heard that, and my kids are like 6-7. I don't know what that means. I'm not cool enough, but that's what they say. Okay. You have some stats there. Is that we have a delay, right?
Well,
yardage.
I will right after this play.
So 1st and 10 for the Rebels from their own 35 to open up the second half. Again, the Sun in front 21-14. But Rebels with the momentum for opening pass to Brown. He has it at the 40, now the 45. Brown trying to hold on to him, and then Brown reaches up and grabs the helmet of Zion Brown. It's Brown on Brown. And no call from the official. As you can see on the replays, Tariq Brown, the Sun defender, grabbed the jersey of Zion Brown and then reached up and grabbed his helmet. His helmet popped off.
A quick out, and then Brown uses his athletic ability to turn that into a first down, and then as they stepped out of bounds, Tariq grabbed him by the mask and flipped his helmet off.
No call from the officials, so 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 49. After the completion to Zion. Session going to go far sideline looking for his intended receiver. He has the reception looking for Remus Armello, and he makes the catch in front of the sticks, or Arvello, pardon me, and it's a gain of 8 or 9.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Armello's the inside receiver on the wide side of the field to the right. He's just running an out pattern about 8 yards down the field. Sessions throws it way to the sidelines where nobody can get it except the receiver or somebody in the first row of the stands, and now they're at a 2nd and short.
From their Sun 53-yard line as they've crossed midfield. Session in a shotgun. He's got Daly beside him in the backfield. He's going to fake it to Daly. Here comes the pressure. Sessions hit as he throws. Hickingbaum got him as he throws, and there's a penalty against the Rebels.
That's a holding penalty in the backfield as the pressure from the Sun came in very, very quickly, and Sessions really didn't have any time to try and do anything with it. He eventually just dumped the football, threw it in the ground. Could have almost been a grounding penalty, but there was a holding penalty in the backfield. So
holding, 78, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
So going to the first half stats, the thing that jumped out at me in the first half is the Okanagan Sun had 171 yards of total offense. The Rebels had 284. So here they are losing by 7, but they have over 100 yards more offense. They moved the ball very, very, very well in the first half. They just made mistakes.
2nd and 12. Session back to throw. Chased out of the pocket to his right, throwing down the field. He has a man. That's Brown. He made what looked like the reception. We'll see if the refs give it to him. He does. He lost the handle as he hit the track, but he held onto the ball. A gain of 14. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels.
Well, if Sessions can recover from the really erratic first half that he had and made some bad decisions with his arm, but he made good decisions with his legs. And that last play, he just moved out of the pocket, looked like he was going to run, kept looking downfield, and he hits Brown for 1st down.
From the Sun 48-yard line. Session in a shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on the right side. Empty backfield. He'll just wing it here to his intended receiver and makes the catch. Hofflin, and gets another 1st down as he's forced out of bounds right at the sticks.
A wide receiver screen to the right. Hofflin makes the catch. The other 2 receivers were already engaged blocking for him when he made the catch. And then he went inside for a move and then bounced it outside down the sidelines. 1st down.
They haven't thrown the ball deep down the field, but it looks like a different offense.
Oh, completely different offense. But it's because they're making good decisions.
Yeah. We talked about that in half to see, or before the half, to see if the Rebels would come out and make some adjustments. Clearly they have. As Session back to throw. He's being chased, and will be finally sacked. Good pursuit by the defensive line, and it's Williams, I believe, that finally gets to him and brings him down. He does. That's his second sack this evening.
Well, that's a coverage, what they call a coverage sack. He hung onto the ball for so long, there was nobody to throw to, and then finally Williams came around and Summers came around, and they just both met at the quarterback as Sessions didn't see him coming, and then it was too late. He just didn't have anywhere to go.
It's a big loss as the ball will be placed now at the Sun 46-yard line. So second and long for Session and company. In his familiar shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and he's got Daly in the backfield. He's going to go to the air. Is Session. Session going to chase into the pocket again. He's tripped up, another sack. This one's Hickingbottom got to him. And then a Sun player, another player landed on Session, and he looks like he's hurt.
Well, Hickingbottom came up. The offensive lineman couldn't handle him, and then Sessions went outside. And Hickingbottom just got him by the ankle. He's trying to scramble out to the right, and Hickingbottom just got him.
Summers landed on him. Session is slow to get up. He's up now. And he's slowly walking off the field now in a jog, and that's good to see if you're a Rebels fan. Is Session now jogging off with no problem?
Well, 2 big sacks, and that took him out of even trying to go for a third down or even just trying to go for a field goal. But points are everything right now.
So the punt unit will come on. Krantz will kick it away. 2 Sun players back deep. And this one against the sideline, it'll be Falconer at his own 20-yard line, gets to the 25 and tripped up at the 26. A short gain, but a very good kick by Krantz, the kicker again, who just pinned Falconer to that sideline. He had nowhere to move.
And Krantz he's a rugby kicker. It was in the last game. He just flails at it. He doesn't have the classic punter style. He doesn't hit the classic punting spirals. He just hammers it.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
No, he doesn't. and it's all where you put it. He put that one in a great spot where there's no place to return it.
So 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. The Sun will have the ball for the first time here in the second half. Kroger a shotgun. He's got Hardesty beside him. Fakes it to Hardesty. Then he looks to throw. He scrambles. He throws it down the field, and Chewy Thomas has to go through his hands in an incomplete pass.
Well, Kroger was looking and then was going to scramble, and then no, he stuck around to look again, and then he took off to his right, and he made a really good throw on the run to Chewy, who was on the sidelines down the right side, right in front of the Sun bench, and he had to turn around to get it. He got both hands on it, but you got to catch those. You can get your hands on them, you got to catch them.
Yeah, you got to make that reception. 2nd and 10 now for the Sun offense, again from their 26. 21-14 the score. Sun with the lead. Early stages of this third quarter. Kroger in a shotgun. He's going to roll to his right side, setting up the screen, dumps it off to Hardesty, who throws it over his head. It's an incomplete pass. So they set it up beautifully, just the throw wasn't there, and it's a quick 2 and out, and the Rebels will get the ball right back.
They struggled with that play a couple of times, just trying to get, I think we mentioned it earlier, trying to get the ball running into the flats, and he tends to throw the ball a little higher behind the receiver, which is going to be trouble.
So the punt unit will come on. Grady Hay will come on. Remus Arvello back deep, as is Booten. And Hay standing at around his 15-yard line. Hay, no pressure. Good booming kick, chasing Arvello all the way back to his own 35-yard line. He has it now to the 40, the 45 with speed, hit a hole in midfield, and he will be, well, he fumbles the football, but the Rebels get it back at the 40-yard line. I think he stepped out of bounds. He did before the ball came out. As the line judge says, he stepped out of bounds at about the 47, 48-yard line, and the Rebels will start with very good field position on a tremendous return after a big kick by Hay.
Well, Hayes had a great game. I mean, he's averaging 39 yards this year, which is, nothing, not shabby, but he's way over that tonight. Like, he's been smacking it, and that was a wonderful return on a great kick.
Yeah. So he did step out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line officially. 1st and 10 for Session. The Rebel offense looking to tie this game. Quick pass. The ball is caught. And Hoffman somehow weaseled his way out of a sure tackle and gained about 7-8 yards.
Well, Hoffman's the second leading receiver on the team. And, you got to look at luckily we have the TV broadcast because we can see that and go, okay, how did he get that? It was
Fenke unwrapped up.
Almost like, because he was on the left side, it almost looked like a little receiver screen type of thing. The defenders got there, but they didn't wrap him up, and the referee let the play go as Hoffman got pushed back and then broke free from the grasp of the Sun defender and went up and almost got a first down out of it. But the Rebels they're not leaving any effort on the sidelines here. They're really coming out and starting this half in a good frame of mind.
As we said at the top of the broadcast, the Sun win clinches home field advantage throughout the playoffs. A Rebels win by more than 4 points. They will leapfrog the Sun and take advantage of first place in the conference. Not quite yet home field advantage locked down, but they would be in first with a win more than 4 points. That pass is caught by Zion Brown at the near sideline, and Brown is forced out of bounds after picking up the first down.
Zion Brown once again on the short side of the field, running the out. Sessions hits him on the out. A bit of a crowd there with a couple of another receiver and more defenders. But I just very impressed with his quick Zion Brown's quickness, his athletic ability, and how easy he's making these catches look.
We should say hi to his family tuning in, listening, and watching from Nova Scotia. It's rather late out there in Nova Scotia, but hello to the Brown family watching and listening in. 1st and 10 from the Sun 24-yard line. Session back to pass, throwing it over the middle, a sliding attempt at it, and it's an incomplete pass. Looking for Ryan Vincent, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 24.
Lots of pressure on Sessions this time, and Vincent was coming across from right to left, about 5 yards deep. So he's in front of the linebackers, but the ball was too low. He'll go down and get it. He just couldn't make the catch, but it would have been a tough catch. It bounced. He did come up with it, but it bounced before he got it.
10 minutes to go, third quarter. 10:09 officially. 21-14, Sun with the lead. On a 2nd and 10 from the Sun 24, looking at the Rebels now, who huddle up. Take their time to break. They finally do. They have 4 receivers lined up now. Brown will motion to the left side. 3 receivers on the right for Session to work with. He's looking that way. Here comes the pressure. Session will take off, tries to spin out of it, and spun himself all the way down to the ground, and then touched, and he is okay as he pops up a little bit late. It'll be 3rd down. I think he's just angry with himself more than anything. And it'll be either a long field goal attempt or a punt here by West Shore.
Well, Sessions, he is angry at himself because he scrambled. He tried to spin out of a tackle, and then just lost his footing, and down he went. But he could have, I don't know if he would have got a first down, but he would have got more yards. He's just angry at not having the chance.
35-yard field goal attempt for Charlie Wiersma. Ball set at the left hash. First field goal attempt we have had here tonight. The kick by Wiersma, plenty long enough, and it's good. So he nails it from 35 yards. And that'll bring the score to the Sun, leading 21-17 with 8:57 to go. We have to take a quick 30-second break on AM 1150. You're listening and watching Okanagan Sun football.
Well, the Rebels needed to get points. They've moved the ball very, very well. They needed to get points on this possession to start the second half. There's just no two ways about it.
Sun are going to start with the ball, electing to take it at the the Sun 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Kroger in a shotgun. Kroger will hand it here to Hardesty. Hardesty sheds a tackle at the 40, now bounces up to about the 43-yard line as Hardesty a hard run. After the radio audience who's joined us once again, just a quick handoff to Hardesty, who goes up the middle, then bounces out to the right side, sheds a tackle, and picked up 8 or 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and short.
Well, the offensive line for the Sun picked up everybody except the linebacker who Hardesty broke the tackle of, but man, there was no white jerseys around until Hardesty was 9. Other than that, Hardesty was 8 or 9 yards down the field.
2nd and 1. They give it right back to him. He goes up the middle, has the first down and more as he bounces out to the right side, still on his feet to midfield, and will be dragged down there. Good hard run again by Hardesty. Bounced off a couple of tacklers and got to midfield.
They don't have a lot of variation in the running game on the inside. A lot of the plays they're starting to look the same. You're handing it inside hand off to Hardesty, and then he's so deep in the backfield he's picking his holes. And that one's just inside the right tackle. He started inside, then bounced it out, spun off a couple of guys. Another 12 yards.
He's so strong, just bouncing off defenders. 1st and 10 again from midfield. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. They give to Hardesty. Goes up the middle, and he'll pick up 3, but there's a penalty flag. We'll see somebody jumped.
Well, the right halfback for the Rebels tried to time the play and come up and jump in from that side, but I think he's going to get dinged for offside. The Sun receiver on the left side picked him up and made a block.
7, Rebels. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Who was he? He came up and tried to time it, but he just missed it by half a second. But a good block by the Sun receiver to pick him up. Yeah. And then Hardesty inside. But 1st and 5 is always a nice place to be.
Yeah. 1st and 5 from the Rebel 50-yard line. 3 receivers to the right of Kroger. Halliburton and Falconer on the left side. Hardesty in the backfield. Kroger going to fake it to Hardesty. Going to go back to the air. Throws it far side. The ball is caught by Falconer on the ground. He had to stop short of his route and go down and pick that one up. He did. It's only a gain of 2, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and short.
Well, they threw the ball short to Falconer, who ran a hook pattern about 8 yards down the field on the left side. But I was watching this side of the field, and Choi, the inside receiver on the right, just ran a backside post pattern, and there was nobody near him. He was wide open. If Kroger, but he's not Kroger's first read. He's probably a second or third read. But upstairs, they got to be saying, come back to that play and throw it to the backside post.
2nd and 2. They give it again to Guerin. He'll go right up the middle, has the first down after big body contact there. Still gets the first down after pickup of 4 or 5. And it'll be 1st and 10, Sun.
This is a great reply by the Okanagan Sun to the drive that the Rebels had that they got a field goal for. They've moved the ball about 40 yards now, run some passes, and using up a lot of clock.
They've gone back to their bread and butter, which is Guerin Hardesty.
Yes.
On the ground, behind that big offensive line. So 1st and 10 from the Rebel 43-yard line. Empty backfield this time. Kroger going to go to the air. Kroger over the middle, incomplete. His intended receiver was Halliburton, but Booten was there to knock it away before this reception could be made.
Halliburton hooking over the middle, and Booten, that was a great defensive play. He jumped in there, timed it perfectly, reached around Halliburton, knocked the ball down.
So here's a big play. 2nd and 10 from the 43. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. 4 receivers are going to come to the right side for Kroger, with Bilo in the backfield. Kroger going to go to the air. Here comes the pressure. Kroger ducks under 1 Rebel, but can't avoid the other 2. And Kroger is going to be sacked.
That's a big play. That's a huge play by the Rebels to not only prevent a first down, but push him back another 10 yards. Because the way Hay is punting right now, I mean, there's a good chance he can put him real deep. But what a big stop that was by the Rebel defense.
Fortillo was the first Rebel to meet Kroger in the backfield. We'll get credited for the sack. 2 Rebels back deep. Hay on to punt. Standing his own 45. Hay with very little pressure on him. Gets away a good kick. This will bounce to Remus Arvello. He'll try up the right side. The Sun coverage team down quickly. And the tackle is made at the 20-yard line. So the kicker, Hay, able to flip the field, and now the Rebels have a very long way to go.
Yeah, they're down inside their 20, I think. And I think that the Rebels can take a lot of confidence from the last drive they had. They moved the ball. They threw the ball short. They ran the ball. Sessions was using his legs, made good decisions with his feet.
And good decisions with his arm. We saw some poor decisions in the first half. He's cleaned it up so far here in the third quarter. Sun lead 21-17. Session in the offense back out to work. 3 receivers to the left side for Session. He will hand the ball to Daly, who goes up the middle. Daly will be knocked down at about the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Rebels.
The Rebels haven't had a lot of success running the football up the middle on first down. That might be the longest gain they've had handing it to a running back in between the tackles. They've gone outside a little bit, but not in between the tackles.
They don't run a lot, do they?
No, they
don't. They
don't.
rely on Session and that very solid receiver core. They gave him 6 on the play, so 2nd and 4. Empty backfield, quick set. They fake by Session on the quarterback draw. The Sun didn't bite. He got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 4.
That's a big play. That's a big play, and that the coverage once again has been pretty tight by the Sun all game. They've been on top of them, and Sessions pulling it down, but the defensive line for the Sun is very quick, and for them. There's been a couple of times this game where they haven't been able to contain Sessions, got away, but they did on that one, and they did it when they needed to.
That was Hickingbottom with the tackle. That read Session the entire way. So Falconer and Halliburton standing at their own 45. Here's the kick. This one a little bit of lower one. It bounces to Falconer. He gets it at his own 50. Falconer sidesteps the first tackler, but doesn't sidestep anyone else, and he's tackled after a 2-yard pickup. And the Sun will start with pretty good field position at their own 52-yard line. With 3:27 to go, this third quarter seems to have gone very quickly compared to the first 2 quarters of this game.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm just looking at going, yeah, we're right into it already.
Yeah.
Well, here's where the Sun have to pick up about another, control the ball, and get themselves in a position to score some points.
After the play, unnecessary roughness. 18 Rebels, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That one's against the Rebels this time, and now you win money from Vegas.
Just ridiculous. That's technically 8 unnecessary roughness penalties this game. 8.
For the top 2 teams in the BC Conference, you think they have to be more disciplined.
It's just, ditch the attitude, really. That's all it is.
So 1st and 10 from the Rebel 43. They hand the ball to the running back. I believe that was Hardesty, who goes right up the middle. It was. And he picked up, I believe, 3. Make it 5.
Make it 5. Straight up the middle. Nothing fancy, but the offensive line of the Sun really is, I'd say for most part they're winning the battle here and giving Hardesty lots of space. Like he's not getting touched till he's 3 or 4 yards down the field most plays.
We got to take a break. We'll break for 60 seconds here on AM 1150 with 3 minutes to go here at the Apple Bowl in the 3rd quarter. There's a fallen Rebel with our radio audience in break, and can't quite see what number or who it is on the field, but the the Rebel training staff is out there very quickly. They're working on his right ankle, right calf area. That might be Aiken that is on the ground, sitting, as they continue to work on the lower half of his body. 3:02 remaining 3rd quarter, and he's going to be helped up. No, it's not Aiken, pardon me. That is Caleb Iram, who is walking off under his own power. A bit of a limp to his right leg, but he looks like he'll eventually be okay as he'll slowly makes his way to the sideline as the Sun are staring a 2nd and 5 with 3:02 to go from the Rebel 38-yard line. In a shotgun, you've got Kroger. 3 receivers over to the Sun right side. Kroger in a shotgun after the quick break. 2nd and 5. They fake it to Hardesty. Going to go through the air. That ball is caught up the middle. The reception made by Chewy Thomas. He has the first down inside the 30. Make it to 26, pardon me, Bill.
Oh, sorry. You're right. All 3 receivers on the right were running slant patterns. So they cut up, broke to their left, and, it was a tough throw, but Kruger put it right on the money.
The bullet sent by Liam, 2:30 to go. 1st and 10 from the Rebel 24-yard line. Sun have moved the football nicely down the field, looking to capitalize on this good, strong drive. And now a timeout is taken by the Sun. We'll take a radio timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds with the Sun leading the Rebels 21-17. It looked like the Sun were out of sync there.
They didn't like what they came up with or who they had on the field for that position, but I don't think that they really liked what they saw defensively, and the quarterback called a timeout.
There on your screen, you see head coach Travis Miller talking things over with Liam Kroger. Kroger's worn 3 different numbers this year. You realize that? He's worn number 3, number 10, and now number 19.
Well, as long as he doesn't do that during the same game, it's okay.
That's right. After the timeout, Kroger back into the huddle with 2:17 remaining third quarter, 21-17. The Sun with the lead, looking for more. In a shotgun. Kroger with Hardesty behind him. Kroger going to go to the air again. Kroger with flags flying, shoots it towards into the end zone for a touchdown. However, I think it's coming back. The Sun seemed to know it was going to be a penalty against them before the play even started. Somebody was offside. And if it's those white cleats, it would be Halliburton.
Well, Falconer, beat his
offside for Sun. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Yeah. Well, that would explain why it was so open.
He got a bit of a jump.
He got a bit of a running start at the play. So if they say he's wide open, throwing the football. Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah. So 1st and 15 backs them up to the 29 with 2:10 remaining third quarter. Again, 21-17 Sun with the lead. And the Sun will huddle up, and now they'll break huddle and come to the line. Familiar setup for the Sun with Hardesty in the backfield, Kroger in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Now they bring a 4th receiver to the right side. Kroger back to pass, looking over the middle. That one is caught near sideline. Famakinde makes the reception inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Famakinde, the wide receiver on the right of the on the far outside, straight down the field. He's got good speed. He pushed the defender back. The defender had to turn inside, and then Famakinde just broke it to the outside and just sat there.
That's a great camera angle right there. Great camera work by the crew. Yep. Right in front
just found
of the camera person.
Yeah, he just found the soft spot there on the 5-yard line and just sat there and waited for the ball to land in his arms.
So 1st and goal for the Sun offense. From the 5-yard line, Christo is now the quarterback for the Sun. You think he's going to run, do you?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to run to the right side, it appears. They do hand the ball to Hardesty. Hardesty turns and tries to get into the end zone. He stops short. And he'll get down to about the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal. And now Christos is going to run to the sideline to get instructions from Coach Miller and turn around and sprint back to the huddle.
Well, that's a long way back. You don't have a lot of time to get the play in. I mean,
right.
The inside handoff to Hardesty that got him inside, so they'll have about 3 seconds to get this ball off here.
They better do it quickly. 2nd and goal from the 2. Christos in a shotgun, gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Christo to the end zone. Touchdown! Marcus Christo gets into the end zone from 2 yards out and extends the Sun lead.
That's a really tough play to stop. Nobody's been able to stop it because you've got a big offensive line that just goes foot to foot and blows everybody out of the way, and then you throw 2 or 3 running backs in behind him to come and pick up the stragglers, and then a big quarterback. They just outman people at the point of attack, and it's a touchdown.
And you only need 2 yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nothing fancy.
That's tough. That is tough. So 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter, point after still to come. As Atwood is on for this potential point after. The kick is up and good, and the Okanagan Sun in front of the West Shore Rebels now 28-17. We got to take a break on the radio broadcast. Back in 30 seconds here at the Apple Bowl. So the Sun Again, with that touchdown, what a great sustained drive to eat up a ton of clock. And you had mentioned that this drive was just chewing up minutes, seconds, and that's an important part of this game, especially when you have the lead.
Well, the clock is your friend when you have the lead, and the Sun were in the first half a couple examples where they get the ball and then give it back to them. So they weren't just they're getting a turnover, like the interception, and then 3 plays later give the ball back on a turnover and downs. Well, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
because you let them come back into the game. So now they've established a lead. They needed to get some points on that drive somehow to make up for the field goal that got scored against them early in the second half. So now at 11 points, and now it's a 2-score game.
You'd trade that any day, wouldn't you? A touchdown for a field goal for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
After the touchdown, Remus Arvelo has the kickoff. He's going to try the right side, and he's tripped up. Good job by the Sun cover team to get down there and trip up Remus Arvelo. And it was number 29 in brown and orange. It's Riley Easton with a nice tackle.
There's
the Rebel offense comes out.
There's a certain personality type that is on kickoff cover team.
It's not just rookies?
No, it's a certain type of guy.
Okay.
And they have to be smart, but kind of reckless.
Fearless, yeah.
They're just going to fly down there and arrive with attitude when you get there.
I like that. Arrive with attitude. 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 24. Session is going to go to the air. Session far side looking for his intended receiver, Hoffield. He can't come up with it, but he is completely harassed by the defensive back, and a flag flies. It'll be pass interference on Walter.
Yeah, Hoffield was on the right side, the wide receiver. The ball was underthrown, so he stopped to come back for it, and the defender ran into him and didn't even try and play the ball. And you can have some contact with the receiver if you're at least turning and making an effort to play the ball, but he didn't.
There's no flag on the play.
They picked it
for
up.
the time.
What?
They picked up the flag. Believe it or not.
That's done. What?
And that was right in front of the official. We're going to take a 30-second break on AM 1150 as we try to fiddle this, figure out what's going on with that no penalty call. The Sun in front of the Rebels, 28-17 at the Apple Bowl.
What?
I'm as shocked as you are. It was right in front of the official.
Well, let's run that play back again. Like, oh my goodness. I mean,
with the ball was catchable. Here comes the replay.
Well, he did get away from the defender and have an attempt at catching the football, but
he's grabbing him.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure what the reasoning was, because that's pass interference the whole way.
That's a pass interference. Wow. The Rebels got robbed on that.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Wow.
So to the fourth quarter we go with the Sun in front, 28-17. Rebels with the ball, but 2nd and 10 again after the flag being picked up. So no PI. Session back to pass. Session lobs it out to his intended receiver, looking for Remus Arvelo, and throws it incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I still want to see him. I mean, Arvelo's running the out pattern. They've been running those things all day, but they still got to get it down the field a little bit more, and not just the prayer, like the hitch and go. I tell you, if they not on a 2nd and 10, but on like a first down when the Sun are playing you to throw a short pass and that 5 or 6 yard hook pass and run that little hook and go, I guarantee you they'd get a big play out of that.
I'm surprised they haven't done that. So the Rebels will punt. Halliburton, Falconer back deep. Krantz angling it towards the sideline. Falconer will get it at the Rebel 51-yard line. Sidesteps the first tackler, then forced out of bounds. And there's going to be some jarring down there in front of the Sun bench. And boy, Nat Nagy grabbed one of the Sun players who was in on that tussle and just grabbed his shoulder pads and got him out of there. There's Falconer makes the reception. I don't know if Nat Nagy's wearing a white top. We'll see if he can. No, they cut the replay short. We have a final from Prince George. Believe it or not, we have another tie.
What?
35-35 between the Valley Huskers and Prince George Kodiak.
So those two games didn't solve anything in the standings.
Nothing.
That's ridiculous. So, you think we got 3 for 3 here? Did they do a third tie?
Has that ever happened in BC Conference history? 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. They hand the ball to Hardesty, who goes right up the middle and picks up 4 yards as he was met immediately by a couple of big bodies, including Marcus Fry, who make the tackle.
Well, Hardesty he went straight up, where the center was. He went right up the middle, and it looked like there was a bit of a gap there, but then it collapsed on him pretty quickly. But he still managed to get through 3 yards out of it.
3 yards. Well, 2nd and 7. Well, I'll give him 2, I guess, on the play as the ball is placed at the 43-yard line. So 2nd and 8 for the Sun offense. Kroger gets the snap. Back to pass. Kroger looking to his right. Now throws it over the middle. The ball is incomplete. In and out of the hands. It's Halliburton again, who's hammered on the play. A clean hit by the Rebels, and just Halliburton going one way, the defensive back the other way, and just smacked him.
Yeah.
Right between the numbers. That was Pfeiffer with a good hit.
Halliburton on the right side just running a crossing pattern about 6 yards down the field. Kroger flips it over the middle to him. The defense was in a zone. Looked like they're playing a zone coverage underneath, so that meant that there's a linebacker just sitting there waiting for Halliburton, and he turned and a clean, fair hit. He didn't hit him high, just hit him right in the numbers.
We'll take a break on AM 1150 for 30 seconds as they attend to Halliburton on the turf of the Apple Bowl. And just as we go to the radio commercial, Halliburton pops up, and he's being taken off the field, walks under his own power and off the field. It was a big hit, though. But you're right. There was nothing malicious, nothing wrong with that. It's just big football hit.
Right in the ribs.
And on a 3rd down, the Sun will punt as the Rebels special teams on very late. And everybody will get set up before Hardesty takes the snap. 28-17, the Sun going to kick it away as Hayes kick end over end. It will take a nice Sun bounce, collected by Booten. Booten is surrounded by players, somehow squeaks free. Booten to the 20, now the 25 still running down the sideline and forced out of bounds. At the 45-yard line, Booten turns something into nothing and gives the Rebels very good field position with 12:50 to go, and now there's a penalty flag in the middle of the field. It could be coming back.
Well, on the punt, and Hayes had a really good game, but this one he was going to the left side and he shanked it off the outside of his foot, so it went to the wide side of the field. Didn't go very far, but the coverage team had to adjust because they weren't thinking there was going to be anybody. The ball was going that way,
and it looks like it's against the Rebels, and the Sun offense is coming back on the field.
Too many men. West Shore. 10-yard penalty. The results, 1st down.
Too many men on the field.
Wow. Well, we saw as the last second guys were coming in, coming out, and the Rebels had too many players on the field.
So the Okanagan Sun, people on TV could see it. They rushed their punt team out there, and then the Rebels were frantically trying to get their punt return team out there, and they had too many guys in the field. The Sun trying to get them to make some kind of a mistake, and they did. Wow.
So the Sun offense comes back on the field. There's a timeout now on the turf of the Apple Bowl, so we'll take a 30-second break on AM 1150 with the Sun in front by the score of 28-17. It's a massive, massive mistake by the Rebels. Now, the Rebels called that timeout, did they not? Because they're now substituting players. Last 2 other guys are now coming onto the field for West Shore.
Yeah, the rush, a really heads-up play by the coaching staff, by Travis Miller and his staff, to get the punt team out there right now because they saw that the Rebels were kind of standing around, not ready to get out there. Well, get out there. So you're not really trying to get like a too many men on the field penalty, but you're trying to get the Rebels out there with the improper guys or not the right guys to on a punt return, and you catch them doing something, and they did.
So
wow.
1st and 10 after the timeout from the Rebel 32-yard line. Kroger going to hand it here to Hardesty. He's going to try the right side. Hardesty cuts back towards the middle and picks up almost first down yardage as he passes the 25, maybe to the 23-yard line. But first time we've seen that play as they hand it to Hardesty with some momentum and speed along the right side, and he does the rest.
Well, the last game they played when they tried to run Hardesty, they ran him inside for the first half. The second half, they moved him to the outside. And this is the first time tonight that we've watched him try and go to the outside. Yeah. But the penetration by the defensive back who came up, and Hardesty cuts inside. And then, man, the first guy just never brings this guy down.
Yeah. Like it was Dixon finally that got to him. 1st and 10. Second and short. And the Rebels defense, Ruther, the captain, able to break through the line and bring down Hardesty in the backfield for a terrific play.
So right after I say that the first guy doesn't bring him down, the first guy brings him down.
Yeah, nice going, Bill.
For a loss.
Nice
Look at
going.
me sitting next. You didn't know you're sitting next to Nostradamus, did you?
No, I did not.
You're not.
Well, I kind of did. We worked together for a few years.
For a while, yeah. It's been a minute.
So Liam Atwood on for a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Fake.
Now it's a fake as they bring the quarterback, the holder, up to the line. It's Christos. And now on a strange play, a Sun offensive lineman jumps and there's a flag.
Procedure, 99, Sun, 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Well, the mix-up on the execution. If you're going to run the fake and then take the snap and then go for the sneak, go.
You got to do it right away.
But don't do that and then try and draw them offside. So just go. So I think there was a mix-up on the snap call.
So Atwood now is going to be moved back, and this will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Maybe 32 yards was too close for Atwood. So they bring him back to 37 yards. Ball at the right hash. Hold, snap, good, and the kick is up and good, and it's a 37-yard field goal for Liam Atwood. And it adds to the Sun lead, who now lead 31-17. We'll take a quick break on AM 1150 for 30 seconds. The Sun in front of the West Shore Rebels at the Apple Bowl.
Well, a 2-touchdown lead is huge at this point, but that's what it was the last time these two teams played.
This game is far from over.
It was. I mean, in the fourth quarter, back on August 9th, the Rebels were up 25-12, and then Deion Brown scores a great big long touchdown and put them up 32-12, and I went, okay, well, this game's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope.
It was not.
It was not over at all.
11 minutes to go, fourth quarter, 31-17. After the Atwood 37-yard field goal. Oh, by the way, his 72nd of his crazy career here in a Sun uniform. Session going to be chased out of the pocket, throwing deep down the field. The ball is no good, incomplete, looking for Brown. Brown ends up hard on that track. A bit slow to get up, but he is up, and he's heading back towards the huddle.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a dip from where the field and the track starts, and he hit that dip and got up a little bit slow.
Yeah, he got pushed it right on the sideline, so he was running a deep pattern. He was about 25 yards down the field, and Sessions had broken out of the pocket, was looking downfield, and threw it to a good spot, but threw it just a little bit out of bounds, and Brown wouldn't have been able to make the catch and stay in bounds anyway.
2nd and 10 from their own 35. Session with Daly in the backfield. Session going to go to the air. Here comes the Sun, pressure, and they get to him. A big sack. A penalty flag flies in the area of holding. It is a hold against the Rebels. Summers, Williams, and a couple other players in on the tackle.
Rebels, penalties decline, 3rd down.
Yeah, everybody was there on that one. And even with a hold, they couldn't keep him out of it. But Sessions had nowhere to go.
Which is big. It forces the Rebels back even further. And now 3rd and long, and the Rebels are going to punt. And now Gavin Session left the field and went into the Rebels trainer's tent. So we'll keep an eye on that. They have some blue tarp around the tent, so we can't see what they may be working on, if anything, on Session. But he's in that trainer's tent.
Well, he's been bounced around a lot tonight.
Yeah. Two Sun players back deep. Krantz will get a nice high kick chasing Falconer all the way back to his own 39-yard line. Then he slips, but keeps his feet, and he'll be eventually hit as he gets back to about the 43-yard line. Well, Falconer either go all the way back, slips, and goes forward maybe 3 yards, and the Sun offense will come back on the field.
Well, that was a great kick.
Yeah.
You just pounded it. And it's tough at the stadium here in the lights. Catching kicks and catching passes to get up there because they kind of get above the lights a little bit. And so it's a challenge, put it this way.
So 1st and 10 for this Sun offense, 10 minutes to go. 31-17, Sun with the lead and with the ball at their own 43-yard line. 3 receivers on the right side. And they hand to Hardesty. He'll try the right side. Hardesty spins away from the opening tackle. Then Ruther will bring him down after a pickup of 4 or 5. And it'd be second and about mid-range for the Okanagan Sun offense.
Well, there's a penalty flag for holding, and they're coming back.
I did not see that.
Yeah, it's way over there.
It'll be 1st and 20 for the Sun offense from their own 33.
Holding, 77, Sun, 10-yard penalty. Repeat down.
Well, the Sun are looking at a big chunk of yards. Now, in a first down, you don't obviously need to throw a pass that goes 20 yards just to get a first down. So in your coaching mind, do you throw, or do you have a play in your playbook to get maybe 10, maybe 12 yards to give yourself second and manageable?
Well, you don't want to be 2nd and 20. You want to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
That. So you're going to pick something mid-range, but you'll have somebody go deep, but you've got to, they're not your primary.
Fake it to Hardesty. Well, they are going to go deep, and this ball is caught right in front of the Sun bench. There you go, Falconer. Yes, I couldn't get the name out.
Well, I did say, you got to throw, you got to send somebody deep, but he's not your primary. So we had 3 receivers on the right, Falconer all by himself here on the left, and so they saw the one-on-one matchup, and Kroger just went after it. He had a step on him. So he was open. But that was just taking advantage of a defensive matchup that they said, no, we're going to do this and go over the top.
They beat Josiah Brown with the one-on-one coverage and another injured Rebel. And it's Hiram, who was injured earlier this half. And he will come off the field. It looks like he re-injured that ankle that they were working on his right foot. So he's off the field. The Sun have 1st and 10 from the 40. So they got those 20 yards and a lot more as they're in Rebel territory. Under 10 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Kroger in a shotgun. They give it to Hardesty. He goes right up the middle. Hardesty working those legs and will gain 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2. Nothing fancy about that. Hardesty up the middle. Used a little bit of the right side and squeaked up for 8 yards.
Well, they hand it off inside. He cut to the middle. Start to the middle and cuts it to the right. And the offensive line for the Okanagan Sun is so good at maintaining their blocks. Once they get in contact with a defender, they just stay with that defender and keep pushing. So Hardesty is, as I've said a number of times, he's 4 or 5 yards down the field before anybody even touches him.
2nd and 2 from the Rebel 32. Kroger going to go to the air again. Kroger looking down the field. Kroger's throw is incomplete, but the intended receiver is tripped up. A flag comes in. It will be penalty or pass interference. Looking for Chewy Thomas at the about 5-yard line, but yeah, he was tripped up before the ball got there.
Pass interference, number 3, Rebels. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Then there's a case for the ball wasn't catchable. I mean, it was well over his head.
That's a good point. They did pick up the other pass interference, the flag that was right in front of the official.
I thought they were both. I mean, there's no denying that was, he got interfered with, but it's not. The other one was just as obvious.
1st and 10 from the 17. So the Sun in the red zone. Kroger, a short pass. The ball is caught and being forced out of bounds is the receiver, Femekende, and he is thrown down hard. He loses his helmet, but he's okay, and it's a short pickup for the Sun of only maybe 2 yards.
A wide receiver screen to the left to the short side of the field, right by the Sun bench. And so Femikendi does the quick jab step, comes back, catches the football, the two receivers on his side with him, get in the face of a defender. And, it's, I don't know why you throw the ball 2 yards when you could run it for 7.
An excellent point. Picked up 2, so 2nd and 8. Kroger is going to be flushed into the pocket. He's going to take off. Kroger is tripped up once he gets to the 10-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. They'll place the ball at the 10-yard line, so he'll be 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 3. You bring Christos out here? Or a field goal?
I'll take the 3.
So Liam Atwood will come out. Atwood is going to set up for in his mind, a bit of a chip shot.
There's no chip shots when you're a kicker. They're all the same distance.
Pardon me. 17 yards.
You hit them all the same distance.
17-yard field goal attempt for Liam Atwood. Snap and hold is good. The kick is up and good. And Liam Atwood has just tied a CJFL record with his 73rd field goal, tying the all-time lead. So congratulations to Atwood, who ties the record.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So 34-17. How many did you have, out of curiosity? Not to put you on the spot.
In the 3 years, I don't think I was at 30.
No.
We didn't score a lot of points. we didn't move the ball much.
Whoever scored, you seemed to score all the points on those early Sun teams. Oh, 1st and 10 Rebels, they need a score, and they need one in a hurry. Sessions' pass is complete on the far sideline. That's Remus Arvello. Well, again, congratulations, Liam Atwood, 73 field goals. He ties an old Calgary Colts kicker, Brian DeMug.
I remember that name. That's way back.
Yeah, you remember that name?
Oh, yeah. That's a long time ago.
85-88.
Yeah.
73. He only spent 3 seasons and he booted 73 field goals.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. Atwood in his 5th and final season. 1st and 10. Session going to go back deep down the field. The ball is caught by Bowles, and he's upended on a big hit, but Bowles hangs on at the 40-yard line.
Wow.
And a Sun player is hurt.
So Bowles is running down the left sideline, and Sessions lobs it up there, and it comes inside, and he goes up for it, but luckily the trajectory of the pass brought Bowles more into the inside, so the defender missed him because the halfback came over and had them all lined up. But he just adjusted slightly to go inside and missed getting smacked.
We'll take a 30-second break on AMLM 50 with the Sun in front, 35-17. Well, the Rebels need to work the ball down the field, which they are. But it's a heck of a catch by Bowles.
Yeah, there's been so many Rebels that have had inconsistent games. Like Bowles, I kind of wrote him in the first half for not making a very good effort on one play, and that was a great effort. So their effort has been sporadic.
Somebody must have told him, now you're riding him a little bit, like didn't have a good enough effort.
Well, they probably said, there's this guy who thinks he knows everything sitting in the booth.
Up in the broadcast booth.
And he's kind of giving you grief. Why don't you go out there in the second half and make that guy shut up?
Make a nice play.
And so far it's working. There you go.
It's Armand Bohart that is coming off the field very slowly for the Sun. The Rebels were able to catch their breath after the injured Sun player. First down after the nice catch by Bulls, and it's 1st and 10 from the Sun 40-yard line. And the Sun jumped. I think the whole team jumped, and then they dragged down Session. And he hopes Session's okay as Summers comes over the line and brings him down. But the referees are about to blow the whistles, don't they, to stop that play? Like, the Sun continued to play even though they were clearly offside.
Well, there were lots of cries out of the crowd for another run, and
unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. They could have maybe had a case there.
Sun, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's a 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 5 from the 35-yard line. The Rebels coaching staff would like a little bit more of an explanation as well. And arguably, that's your co-MVP getting tackled after the play is dead. Session and Brown, in my opinion, would share the MVP award for the Rebels. But 1st and 5 from the Sun 35-yard line. Session going to go back to pass. Session is flushed out of the pocket as he steps up. His pass is complete, far sideline. And Bulls spins around and gets pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets 1st down and more.
I'll be interested to see what the offensive yards are at the end of this game. Because Rebels
got a lot.
They've moved the ball well. That one, Sessions just has happened many times this game. He just drifted out of the pocket to his left, kept his eyes down the field. Bowles worked his way open, hit him on an out pattern for a 1st down. I mean, it's pretty simple football.
5:20 to go, 4th quarter, 34-17 Sun, but the Rebels are knocking on the door. From the Sun, 22-yard line, again they jump. And this time they blow the play dead. And the Sun, once again, offside, and it'll be 1st and 5 for the Rebels. Some of the defensive linemen pleading their case that they were drawn offside, but I don't think they're going to win that argument.
Side, 90 Sun, 5-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
That's on Williams. And that'll move the ball 5 yards closer to be 1st and 5 from the 17. And the clock is stopped. Well, if you're the Rebels gaining yards with the clock stopped, that's a pretty good deal. They blow it in now, and Session in a shotgun. He's ready to go. Low snap, he handles it. Session is going to throw it over the middle. The pass is caught by Remus Arvello, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So a 17-yard touchdown strike, and the Rebels draw closer.
Well, there's a low snap, and Sessions looked up and then took a step and did a quick flipped it over the middle to Carvello, who was running an in pattern as one of the 3 receivers on the right, going from his right to left, and caught it, turned up the field, touchdown. But a pretty simple play. But in that case, Sessions made a great decision. Made a great play to get that low snap, and then was just calmly stepped up and flipped it over the middle.
Point after is up and good, and the Sun lead cut to 34-24. We'll take a 30-second break on AM 1150 with the Sun and Rebels coming down to the wire in the 4th quarter. Believe it or not, that is the first touchdown pass for Session in this one. 2 other touchdowns are Carter Williams' touchdown run. A Session ran for the end zone from 5 yards out.
I can't believe that as much as they've moved the football, they've only scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, I bet that they're easily at 400 yards offense today.
You think over 400?
Well, they had 284 in the first half.
Right.
So I'm thinking they've easily got
against
to 400.
This very good Sun defense too. So now the Sun anticipating an onside kick. The Rebels starting to run out of time. 4:57 to go on the big clock, and now the whistle blows as the team was approaching the football.
So as a Sun, you've got what you call your hands team. So it's not the big guys out there. It's linebackers, defensive backs, and receivers, guys who've got good hands.
And the kick is, it's a kick that they pound down the field. It'll be picked up by Halliburton at his own 7. Halliburton gets to the 50, now the 20, and it'll be tackled at the 25-yard line. Good coverage by the Rebels, and now some pushing and shoving, and another penalty coming to the Sun. There's 2 penalty flags on the field.
Well, I was looking for one that was down right at the where the tackle was made, and a real taunting move by a Rebels player who made the tackle. It was or maybe that was a hold penalty there. And then there's another one, some jawing and pushing and shoving up at the other end of the Rebels bench. But the league is calling, the referees are calling this penalty all the time, this unnecessary roughness.
On the return, we have 2 fouls, illegal block, 24, Sun. Unnecessary roughness, 26, Sun.
Wow.
First down.
So 2 penalties against the Sun to drive them all the way back to their own goal line.
So the pushing and shoving and the stuff after the play and the yak and look at I'm tougher than you kind of crap that they're doing. The refs are throwing the flags and the guys keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's
silly.
pointless, silly football. If you want to settle a score with somebody, do it on the next play. But right now they've just giving the other team yardage. This is exactly what happened in Victoria.
So the Sun all the way back to their own 1-yard line in their own end zone. They hand the ball to Hardesty. Hardesty gets out of the end zone, gets to about the 5, still pushing and shoving to the 6, 7, and almost down to the 10-yard line. Good run by Garen Hardesty, which is exactly what the Sun need when they're in the shadow of their own goalpost.
Well, he
doesn't go down.
I'm trying to count how many guys he carried. Straight up the middle, and then once they got in contact with him, he just kept the legs going, and they just couldn't get him into the ground.
So a little breathing room for this Sun offense as the ball will be placed at about the 7 or 8 yard line. Still 2 yards short of a first down. It's a big down here for the Rebel defense if they can stop the Sun. Kroger fakes it to Hardesty, gets it to Falconer on the pass. Falconer at the 15, falls forward, gets the first down. That's a big, big pass completion there for the Sun to keep this drive alive.
That is a big completion, and Josiah Brown saved the touchdown there because Falconer on the left side ran a little hook pattern, looked in, came back into his right, made the catch, and then quickly moved back to the outside, and Brown, who collapsed down on the coverage, was able to just get a hand on his ankle and bring him down, because if he doesn't, Falconer's probably still running.
1st and 10 from their own 15 now. They fake the ball to Hardesty, and this is Kroger. He'll take off. Kroger to the 30, the 40, down the 45, and he's tripped up with 1 man to beat to the 45-yard line, and Booten made a touchdown-saving tackle as Liam Kroger looked like he wanted to give it to Hardesty, then kept it and just took off.
Well, Liam Mahomes took the ball there and then spun around and then
wow,
it was just took off. Like, I haven't seen him run like that in a game yet, but wow, he faked the handoff, went around the left end, and just went straight down the field. That's probably his longest run of the season, but easily his fastest.
30-yard gain for Kroger. Or Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah.
They fake the Hardesty. There's a completion to Craver. There's a penalty flag that comes into the Rebel backfield. We'll see what the call is from the back official.
Craver makes the catch at 5 yards and gets, he was turned to the inside and he got set up by a couple of players and then got both of them smacked him out of bounds for no gain. But the flag came further down the field, and I think it's against. I'm going to say it's a personal foul again.
Personal foul or a holding in the secondary.
Legal man downfield for Sun. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So it's a legal man downfield. So one of the interior linemen got too far down the field. You're not allowed to go any more than a yard or so.
Yeah.
And that's what's called that one back.
So that's a 10-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll knock him back to the 35 and a 1st and 20 with 2:51 to go. The Sun lead is 10, 34-24. But no lead is safe when it comes to the Rebel offense. They just got to get the ball back. They're hoping their defense can hold here. And now a timeout is called by the Sun. We'll step aside on AM 1150 for a 60-second timeout. So Kroger will go and chat with Travis Miller, the head coach. And there's some smiles over there on the Sun sideline. Not Nagy. Travis, however, not smiling very much. He won't smile till after the game if his team hangs on to this one.
Head coaches are not allowed to smile.
No.
No, no. I think Pete Carroll's the only head coach I ever saw who smiled.
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, he smiles.
He doesn't smile.
Yeah, sure he does.
He runs around.
He's frantic.
34,
He
24.
smiles once in a while. Pretty sure.
I can't believe he's coaching again in the NFL.
I love it. I think the head coach sets the tone for a team. And if you've got a head coach that's calm and controlled, then your team will be that way.
But he's coaching the Raiders. They don't have the reputation for being calm and under control. Maybe they're different. Maybe. I don't know. All right, so after the timeout, the Sun have the ball with a 1st and 20 looking at them. Kroger back to pass. Kroger wants to try to get it all in one foul swoop, looking for his intended receiver, and he's got it. Famakende with a big reception down to the 31-yard line. That's the second time the Sun have been looking at 1st and 20 and got it all back and more.
Well, they have so much talent on receivers, and they have a lot of confidence in them, and they've just decided that, you know what, we've got these one-on-one battles. Our guy's going to be faster than their guy. Kroger's got all day back there to throw. He just drops back. There's nobody anywhere near him, and he's got a great arm, and you just throw it out there and let the receiver get underneath it. It's not rocket science.
Well, it's working for sure. With a score of 34-24, 1st and 10 from the Rebel 31-yard line. Kroger will hand it here to Hardesty, who goes up the middle. Hardesty is met right at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward for about 4 yards. Ruther with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and long for this Sun offense with 2:25 to go.
Well, you would think that they'll be somewhat conservative and just try and get first downs.
Well, you have 1 or 2 more first downs, and that might be awfully tough for the Rebels to come back as the clock continues to tick away. 2nd and 7, call it, with 3 receivers to the right side. Hardesty in the backfield. And they give it to Hardesty. He goes right up the middle again. Hardesty bounces off a tackler and then can't get much further than that as the tackle is made by Beckwith. And it's 3rd down, and the field goal unit will come on. And Liam Atwood will attempt to make history. With 2:01 to go, Sun trying to add to their total now. It looks like a Rebel is down to a knee. Some of these big bodies in there for the Rebels, they've been out there an awful lot here in the second half. This might just be exhaustion. That is Nelson Way, who is down to a knee, one of the big interior defensive linemen for the Rebels.
Well, some want to score, field goal here and get up 2 touchdowns. I think I'm even safe enough to go out on a limb and say that I see it very difficult for the Rebels to get back to where they can lead this game. They just haven't shown it that they can do that so far this game, and I don't expect it to happen in the last 2 minutes.
They needed a couple big plays from their defense during this drive when they had the Sun back down to their 1-yard line. Yeah. Hardesty with a run, and then Falconer with a nice catch to make a first down. Really that, and then the big bomb to Famakende. The Rebels had an opportunity. They just weren't able to execute defensively. As they continue to work on Way. It's finally up. But these two teams, don't be surprised if they meet one more time this season. Or the Cullen Cup Championship.
Yeah. Oh, they'll play each other. And, I mean, they'll, just looking at the numbers for the first half stats-wise and then looking at the second half, both of these teams, each one of them had, I'm going to guess, well over 400 yards of offense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of offense in this game. And a lot more that could have been on the stat sheet had they not been called back for penalties.
Yeah. Way is finally coming off the field slowly with the trainer right there beside him. And Way gets a nice hand. Well, he's battled in that interior. And they're going to take his time getting him off of the field, and I don't blame them. Meanwhile, Atwood is setting up for a 32-yard field goal attempt. He's hit from 37 and 17 here tonight. and has an opportunity to knock a third one through with 2:01 remaining in this football game, 34-24. And Way just about to the sideline now, and he's finally off. The referee will blow it in. So a 32-yard field goal attempt for Liam Atwood. And I think we know what's on the line for Liam. Atwood taps his right toe a couple of times. Snap and hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Liam Atwood has now just set a Canadian Junior Football League record with his 74th field goal of his career. Congratulations to Liam Atwood from 32 yards away. Knocks it through and then some. And Atwood, yeah,
that's awesome.
74 field goals, and there's still
awesome.
2 games to play.
Well, he and his dad would easily now be running away with the most combined field goals by a father and son in the history of Canadian.
No doubt.
I think they're running away with that stat.
No doubt. Well, his son just set the new record.
Yes. But combined.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
So after the field goal, the Rebels will take over at the 35. Session gets out of the grasp of one defender. His pass is complete to Holyfield. He's popped immediately. It'll be a short game for Hoffield.
Well, Sessions doing his best, trying to keep the play alive and find somebody downfield. And Hofflin came back and working open. And I was watching the rest of the Rebels receivers trying to get open, and the sun just wasn't letting them. They weren't letting them get away. There was nobody to throw to.
Hofflin's racked up some nice stats, not only in this game, but over the course of the season as well. And he's just a rookie, making a case for Rookie of the Year in the BC Conference. So 2nd and 5 after the Hofflin reception. Session is going to be hit and brought down. A big sack there, and that is Summers. Summers, who had 10 sacks coming into the game. He's got that one. I'm not sure if he's been credited for any others. But he's been a terrific defensive lineman, coming through the hole very quickly and got to Session with a minute to go.
Well, between Summers and Williams, there must be 20 sacks between the two of them easily.
It's pretty close. Summers coming in, like I mentioned, he had 10. Williams had, 8 coming in. And Williams has had at least 1.5 here tonight. And now Summers has 1 for sure. So a 3rd and 13 for the Rebels, and this is the ball game here. Session back to pass. Sessions' throw is complete to Zion Brown, who makes the reception at the 45. Then they need the 45-yard line for a first down, and they just did get it. Well, the Rebels not done yet, but are under a minute to play, and they're down by a score of 37-24.
Brown has been very much controlled in this game, and I made a note of that at the beginning, that the Sun needed to control him, and they did.
Yeah. Rebels go hurry up as they blow the play in. Session again moved from the pocket or rushed away from the pocket, and an interception attempt. Did he hang on? The referee said no, but Tyreek Brown came across and just about made an interception, which would have been a thing of beauty right in front of the Rebels bench.
Well, once again, Sessions was running for his life, rolling out to the right, and he thought he had an open receiver there, but Brown came out of nowhere, dove across, and I think he made the catch, but he was out of bounds. Yeah, he did make the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Wow, heck of a diving catch. And Session found himself in front of the Sun bench there momentarily. He's just walking back to the huddle now. The official might have something to tell us. Here it comes.
8-7, Rebels. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
We're not sure for what, though. Penalty on Bulls. But, again, I'm not sure what the infraction is. So that'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. Rebels come to the line. Session and they shotgun. Only one receiver wide. Now they're going to motion receivers out to the left. Session back to pass. Session is going to be sacked again. And this one will be Williams. So a multi-sack game for Williams. Summers got one. And boy, oh boy, the defensive line just breaking through. They're not giving Session any kind of time. He had time earlier in the ball game.
Yep.
Here in the late stages, no chance.
No, they have the speed and the fitness of the defensive line is really coming into play in the fourth quarter. And they're just wearing down this O-line, and they just can't keep up with them, especially when the defense knows that they have to pass. They're just pinning their ears back.
So second and, again, very long for this Rebel offense.
Probably the last play.
Yeah, I'm going to say. This should be the last play of the game. Session taking his time, getting the snap. He gets it now, and they'll just swing it out to the running back, who throws it down the field on a trick play, falls incomplete. And the Okanagan Sun will win this one 37-24. And they have clinched home field advantage throughout the 2025 BC Conference playoffs. So the Cullen Cup potentially will come through the Okanagan. They'll play a semi-final here, and if they win that and are successful, they will host the BC title game. Nice embrace. It looks like Gavin Session and Shane Beatty embrace, and now some jarring, some chirping, as the coaches have done a nice job to get in between these two teams, who could meet again down the road if both teams are successful in their semifinal. The cooler heads will prevail. Obviously, tensions are high. The Okanagan Sun win this one with a very good performance, particularly here in this second half, as they held the Rebels to just 10 points in this second half. They had momentum to the Rebels going into halftime, scoring 2 late touchdowns, both under 2.5 minutes to play. Looked like they were starting to make a move. Then they kicked a field goal early in the third quarter. Then it was all Sun. And again, not only did the Sun win home field advantage throughout the BC playoffs, but Liam Atwood sets a new CJFL field goal record with his 74th as he kicks 3 here tonight, and he's now the all-time record holder. So congratulations there in the middle of your screen. You see the Okanagan Sun, and they are the first seed, the top seed, heading into the postseason. Bill and I will take a break and be back with the post-game show coming up next from the Apple Bowl. On the quarterback. They give him 8, 2nd and 2. Kroger fakes the handoff. He's going to go to the end zone looking for his man. It is caught for a touchdown. Quarterback. They give him 8, 2nd and 2. Kroger fakes the handoff. He's going to go to the end zone looking for his man. It is caught for a touchdown. Again, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Session looks left. Now he's looking right. He's going to go deep down the field. This one is intercepted. 40. Falconer going to run backwards to the 35, trying to get to the edge on the near side. Has it get around the corner to midfield. Now the 50, and it'll be dragged down at the 40. 10, Session in a shotgun. Session with pressure, going to throw it down the field, looking for Vincent, but it's taken away. Intercepted, and the Sun are returning it down to midfield. He could go all the way. He will for a touchdown. Tariq Brown. Kick, good high kick by Krantz, chasing Falconer back to his own 24-yard line. Falconer runs into his own man as the blocker pushed him in. Now he bounces out to the right side, trying to get around the corner is Falconer. Falconer to the 50, now to midfield in the Rebel territory, and he will sidestep the sideline, be finally pushed out of bounds by Krantz. The company come out for A new set of downs at the Rebel 40-yard line. Fake it to Hardesty. He's going to go down the middle looking for his receiver. He's got him. Okay, that is Kroger. And Hardesty on the handoff. He will get into the end zone for a touchdown. Shotgun. Session going to go to the air again. He's pressured immediately, throwing down the field. This one is intercepted right at the goal line. Picked off, and the Sun returning it. That's Borhart. Borhart sidesteps a tackler and gets all the way to the 50-yard line. Blown. Session again in the shotgun. Session going to give it to Williams. Williams will have the first down and the touchdown as he gets it. Session looking to his left side. The coverage is there. Session going to heave it down the field. It is caught by Brown. Did he make the... Williams can't quite get to Session, who's going to tuck it under his arm. He'll take off. Session does get the first down, and Morey squeaks through the 20, now the 15. And it'll slide. They call it the 5-yard line. They fake it to Daly. Session going to go up the middle himself, looking for the end zone, chugging his legs, reaches out and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. On the far side, and then the diving catch right at the 5-yard line. Falconer will get the kickoff from his own 10, hits the 20, now the 25, 30. Finally runs into some players. Now Falconer's got some room. He gets to the sideline into Rebel territory, down to the 20, and Falconer will score. Oh. Good booming kick, chasing Arvello all the way back to his own 35-yard line. He has it now to the 40, the 45 with speed, hit a hole in midfield, and he will be, well, he fumbles the football, but the Rebels get it. First field goal attempt we have had here tonight. The kick by Wiersma plenty long enough, and it's good, so he nails it from 35 yards. Left. Now they bring a fourth receiver to the right side. Kroger back to pass, looking over the middle. That one is caught near sideline. Christos in a shotgun, gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Christo to the end zone. Touchdown! Marcus Christo. Christos in a shotgun, gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Christo to the end zone. Touchdown! Marcus Christo. Hold, snap, good, and the kick is up and good, and it's a 37-yard.
You have somebody go deep, but you've got to, they're not your primary.
Fake it to Hardesty. Well, they are going to go deep, and this ball is caught right in front of the Sun. Session in a shotgun, he's ready to go. Low snap, he handles it. Session is going to throw it over the middle. The pass is caught by Remus Arvello, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Now. They fake the ball to Hardesty, and this is Kroger. He'll take off. Kroger to the 30, the 40, down the 45, and he's tripped up with one. Kroger back to pass. Kroger wants to try to get it all in one foul swoop, looking for his intended receiver, and he's got it. His right toe a couple of times. Snap and hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Liam Atwood. Snap and hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Liam Atwood has now just set a Canadian Junior Football League record with his 74.